Introducing PubCoin. PubCoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into PubCoins. PubCoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here. Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it. I dare you. See you guys.
Upgrade your membership to gold, you will be automatically entered in every horse race, every Wednesday and Friday.
A lot of names, a lot of familiar faces, and another chance for $50 to sign up for PSR Gold. It's going to be a lot of fun. Why wouldn't you want to be on this list, huh? Frank, that's a great question. Does AI determine the winner? No, Frank. The fastest horse does. So shout out to everyone that's a member. We appreciate you guys. We let our horses run forever. 2.5 hours.
And we're racing.
It's Antonio. Here we go.
And they are off.
You know I'm not winning this. My horse ain't like this.
And here comes Big Show, who says 2 minutes is too long. Big Show wants this race to end right now. Going to be moving into the stretch soon. K-Wolf up front. Saturated making a move. And there's nasty motherfucking Nate. Record 97. And he should have been 40. He should have been 40. Director 97. $100. He wanting all the money.
Oh my God,
Director! And it's Director 97. Back.
Oh my God.
Fresh, take it home. Here's 6, 5, 4. Oh God. Saturated. Friedrich gonna come home with it. Is it Billy Friedrich's time? Is it his time? No, it's not. Cody Norton maybe this Phillies the 5 minutes as well. Phillies the 5. Calgary's from H-Town. Does Coin have enough space to get home? Or will Gabby take care of business? Here comes the show. A third win for Director 97.
But Connor Mack takes out. He might be blowing his load a little bit too early. Does anybody? The contestant, here comes Iron Eagle out of nowhere. Iron Eagle.
It's a packed race. 5 seconds. Bristol from the back. Bristol. The family wants that.
Get 'em, Jimmy, where Loshak at? The bottle's getting empty, up the cracking, we stacking. Chips, all of it's what I want, plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone, I prefer elevated Pub Sports Radio. Time to get educated, who get produced, fade the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call the truth. They get slaughtered, can't forget Jeff and Low Baggers in the chat. That's a legal weapon, cause we be, oh yeah, pubbing. We be pubbing!
What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Tuesday, June 25th to all of you. Thank you for watching Loshak and the Bag right here on Pub Sports Radio. Pete will be here any minute. We have action from our capper stacks. Play of the day is in. Justin McKelvey running so hot. Adley Rutschman over 1.5 bases at plus 105. Shout out to Justin McKelvey. We got Truth Teller ready to rock. Viper NB in the houses. What up, fam? Boston money line. Kansas City minus 1.5. Dodgers minus 1.5. And the Nationals locked in so far for our guy Vipe. Copying, pasting all the action. And look who's here. Pistol Pete Loshak. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I got some sort of fucking light here that's like set up. It's supposed to be good lighting. It was good lighting. The whole thing fucking fell apart like 2 seconds before I sat down to do the video. So there's a slight chance it'll fall apart again on me, and then I'll have to like take a couple seconds. So I'm doing great though, Jimmy the Bag. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm doing great. Last night was fun as hell. Today's card is very interesting. There's a few bets that I've already hit. I'm hoping that by the time there's one in particular, outs prop over 17.5 that I'm worried will be 18. Hey, can you hear me? My mic isn't in front of me. How's my audio?
Yeah, you sound good, man. You sound good.
Oh, it's even better. It's even better. And as is often the case, I look good. As is usually the case, not always, but as is usually the case, I look fucking good. And to me, that's the most important thing. Number 2 is love. Number 3 is jokes. And then all the other stuff comes. So we're going to have a good show, Jimmy the Bag.
Oh,
Being on time is like number 15. Don't give a shit about that.
And look at this. Our guy, Slatsy, says, thank you, Jimmy, for getting me on the Panthers way back. It was a beautiful night last night. $50 dono to bless our action.
Yeah.
What a guy, Slatsy. Thank you. And congratulations to you on your big future casher last night. There was a bunch of us that got our Panthers futures in. It felt real good. Slatsy, you're the man. Thank you so much from all of us. What a way to start. Blessing our action. I like that. $50 dono. What a guy. What a guy. And we love you, Slatsy. We love you. And when do we bet the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup next year?
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
I think
there you go.
I think it's I was looking at all the different sites and what they were offering. When do we fire away at that, or do we wait? It is, you kind of want to get through the summer without something going wrong. A lot of things can go wrong, off the ice for these players. So maybe we'll want to wait a little bit. I see you're wearing your Who Bangin' hat, Peter Loshak. Yeah. This Friday, we are doing a celebration of life for Parlay Tees on Who Bangin'.
Oh, really?
This Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I will be there. And I look forward to celebrating our friend Parlay Tees, Mr. Tees. So looking good with your Who Bangin' shirt and matching your jacket. What is the ensemble?
Oh, it's just sort of a Prince tennis jacket. But I mean, it was handed to me by a woman who has a little bit of a fashion sense. She was like, "This might look good on you. You might get some good luck from it." So green is for the money. You know what I mean? Gold is for the honey. There's no gold on this, but I guess I don't really need that. I need the money. Green is for the money. Green, background green, this green on the shoulders. I mean, how much more green does the universe need? I'm sending the message out to the universe, okay?
See that you are. I like it. I like it a lot. Swiggy has updated the NHL contest. Congratulations to Diseases, a.k.a. Adam Beck, for winning our first ever playoff hockey pool at Pub Sports Radio. Second place, shout out to our friend TJ, our MLB expert. And in third place, Mama Bag, my mom, getting the cash in third place. Shout out to all of our winners. We have action coming in from the chat. Morgan Spooner, Bobby Witt, home run prop at plus 400. Says wind's blowing out again. Had one robbed off the wall yesterday. Watched 3 of his teammates go deep. He gets a righty today. Who is the better handedness matchup for Witt right now? Let's copy and paste all of that action. Copy and paste a little bit more action. And then we'll bring on our star of MLB action here on Pub Sports Radio. We'll bring him on here in a second. Billy Friedrich, Oakland, LA, first 5 under 4.5. I like that. I almost bet that. And maybe I still will. I just got a little uncomfortable with it getting warmer and hotter in LA and the wind blowing out. But if he's on it, maybe I should just jump on it as well. I had it queued up to bet even, and then got cold feet. So I can't wait to talk about that. Sancho says, how about those Padres and Giants comebacks? Both were above plus 500 at one point. Yes, that was great, except for the fact that our friend Clint, who joined us on our big Game 7 live stream last night, he cashed his preseason action on the Panthers 18-1. Clint took the Nats live at something. And so it looked very good there until they buckled under the pressure. Morgan Spooner says, look to back Rangers, Royals, and Angels today. Professor Chris coming off a 4-0 sweep. Wine Time Sports running real nice, too. He's coming off a huge day. Serious business ready to go. And Ron Crawford's spreadsheet dog play today is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Helen Mitch Keller on the mound. I find that extremely appealing. There's a lot of spots I found. I've only made one bet coming into the show. And that is the first 5 under in Colorado. Houston is the only one I've made thus far. Joey Harb in the house. We got Joey Marinaccio, the Dapper Capper. Shout out to our guy, Joey Marinaccio, and to Ron Crawford. They have both donated to our fund for the Parlay Tees Encouragement Fund award that we are preparing here. We'll talk more about it on Friday and do the initial debut. But Joey Marinaccio, what a guy, donating his $100 win in the horse races right to that fund. Very, very cool from both of you guys and Ron Crawford as well. Smooth balls play today. Twins money line, Giants money line, parlay at plus 261 for the smooth balls play of the day. There's our guy Jay Peasy in the house. Jay Peasy ready to rock and roll. Great to see all of you guys. And we have Kelly McInnes, Mal ready to go. Troy Torrance, Nate Dogg 420. Rocco Rogers, Guillermo Zertucci, Markel Ramos had made 30 units last night with a Hershey Bears future bet I made, but doesn't take the pain away from Game 7. The Vancouver Canucks have won 0 Stanley Cups. 0. So if you're looking for compassion, I'm the wrong guy. I'm the wrong guy for that. Great to see all of you guys. Lee Davis ready to get to work. Fap win. Australian racing today. Doomben Race 5. Ella's World. Ella's World. I don't usually care about names of horses, but obviously Ella's World, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Professor Chris said he grew up going to Hershey Bear games. Trap God on Netherlands plus 100 and Gambler's First Glance. Look at that. Beautiful. Gambler's First Glance is on the Houston Rockies under 8. Perfect. That correlates beautifully with my only action that I have a bet. I like to see that. So let's get that Gambler's First Glance from Razor Sharp Picks all set up. Troy Torrance says, so many markets teetering in the gray area. I could have a massive card tonight. Wine Time Sports says, I'm officially going to start to fade the Giants every game for the next 10 games. I think I will come out on top. The Giants team is bad, and they got bailed out by the umps last night. Nutflush Allen has been talking about real friction in the clubhouse for the San Francisco Giants. That's a very interesting look there. Rodney Barton, Panger Life. Great to see all of you guys. TJ saying plus 950 on DraftKings to win the cup. Yeah, it's better than 365, which is plus 800. I like it though. Peter, do you have anything to say to our cappers in the chat before we bring on the third of the trio, De La? Do you have anything to say before we bring on our guy, Mr. Bouquet?
Nah.
All right. Let's do it. Let's bring him on from San Antonio, Texas, home of the Southtown 101, the best bar in Texas. Our guy, Mr. Jose Bouquet. Jose, how are you?
I'm okay, Jim. Excited to get to work here. Glad to have you both on screen with me. I've got my command strips and hooks. So we're going to have our set built here very soon as well. So that'll be nice. And it will look less like an insane asylum. So progress.
Yes, progress. And we have MLB and the final of the Commissioner's Cup on the schedule here.
But we have some Euros action too.
You two gentlemen, I wanted to start with, is there any Euro or Copa action for you guys? We've already heard from Trap God, who's on the Netherlands at plus 100. So, Jose, we'll start with you, and then we'll go into Peter Loshak. Do you have any soccer action today?
Yeah, no, I was going to just say the Netherlands as well. Game that they've got to win, tied with France on points, 4 points each. They win this game, and if they win it decisively, they will have a chance to win the group. France, we'll see if Mbappe plays. Obviously, he's got the broken nose. I don't know if they have lineups out already. It's been pretty close. But I like the Netherlands here. I think they just get the job done, get the win. I actually was looking at the site that I track line movement at, and this site is saying that it opened up at plus 137 for the Netherlands, and it's all down to plus 115 at our friends at Bet Online. So that is what I'll be riding with, the Netherlands. I like that pick. Full game money line to win 90 minutes, plus 115.
Vitalis is on Austria, Netherlands. Both teams to score at minus 143 right here as well. Is there anything
else?
Yeah, I was
close to team total over in that game. 1.5 is minus 108, I believe, at Bet Online. I was close to that as well. But I will just continue looking. I don't have anything on the other games in the Euros. Like France is minus 415. I expect them to roll. You could take a team total with them. They're 2.5 at plus 113. But again, they're in the same kind of scenario that the Netherlands in. They have to win and probably smack the shit out of Poland for the goal differences. And by the way, goal difference is 1-1 each as well. So, it is an incentive there to beat the shit out of the team. So I would lean that way. No action, though. The only bet I have is the Netherlands. Denmark-Serbia was semi-interesting because Denmark has to win as well to advance. And I ended up passing on all those games, though. And Copa, real quick, everyone knows that I'm on Venezuela tomorrow. So I can talk about that tomorrow, but nothing here today.
Nothing today. With Copa, we have the Canucks, Canada, Peru at 6 p.m., which is a real opportunity for us to bag a W. I haven't fully capped that one. I'm curious if anybody in the chat has capped that. We got the Sweaty Butcher in the house. Just before we hear from our guy, Pistol Pete Loshak, just want to give a shout out to Kong's Clips joining us, having a rough day. We know he's going through some health things, and we love you, Kong. I love you. Thank you for joining us, my man. And let's cap baseball, do what we love, and we love you, and we love capping with you, man. So shout out to our guy, Kong's Clips. He brings so much positive energy to our squad, and in this business that we're in, you need it. You need positive energy because it's a battle, an extreme battle that we face every single day. Pistol Pete, any Euro or Copa action, and anybody in the chat moving on the Canada Peru game, please let me know as well. Pistol Pete, anything for you?
Nah, I got nothing riding right now. But yesterday, Jimmy the Bag, it happened again. I took Brazil early first half minus a half goal. I got it at minus 180. By the time it closed, Pinnacle didn't even have minus a half. They had minus 3/4 of a goal at minus 219. And I also took the Brazil first half team total over a half as well. Beat the closing line by like 100 points. As soon as I saw that, I was like, these are both going to be losers. I knew it. Anytime I beat the closing line by 100 points, it's a loser. I didn't even have to watch the game. I knew it was going to be a loser. So we're taking it easy right now with Copa and Euro. Although I just got nothing right now that I'm on. But yeah, once again, beat a closer in soccer by like 3 digits and lost.
Well, that makes me nervous about the Montreal Alouettes that I got at minus 125. That's now minus 200. That's a huge move. By the way, on Sunday, CFL action is going to come out, every Sunday for me. I'll talk to Slatsy and other cappers, and then we'll move. And we're destroying line moves, like absolutely obliterating them. And now we can talk middles. I've got the +5 on the Calgary Stampeders. We're going to get an MLB right now, but I got the +5 on the Stampeders. It's now a 3, and wouldn't be surprised to see a 2.5 here. I'm going to wait. If there's a 2.5 on the board, I will go for the middle in the Bombers Stamps game. Also, there's been a huge move towards the Hamilton Tiger Cats, which has been a surprise here. They were at 3 +3. Now they're +1 with the friction between Bo Levi Mitchell and Tim White. It's a surprise. The Elks Lions action, I got in at +8. It went down to +6. This morning, it's gone back to +6.5. There's been huge moves to the overs as well. I think now that I know that we can smash these line moves, especially with totals. I'll start moving on more totals on Sunday than I have been. So Benjamin Mills saying, shout out to Dave Koken, a legend, retiring. Yes, I saw that. What a great capper and quality individual Dave Koken is. So I was sad to hear that as well. And Pete, you must have, watched him for years and years and years, as so many have.
Sure. I never did any videos with him. Never really worked with him. But yeah, been aware of who he was back when I was a little kid, 14 years old, whatever, however old I was. Yeah, he's been around forever.
Yeah, so that well done, Benjamin, and great call. Great call. All right, it is time to get to work, fellas. So let's attack, Pete. And you know where we start our entire day, Pistol Pete? Our whole entire day starts with this MLB time.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Cleveland Guardians at Baltimore Orioles. The stacks play today. Adley Rutschman over 1.5 bases at plus 105 for our guy Justin. Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's get rolling here. We'll start with the weather in Baltimore and set the table up for Jose and Peter. 93 Fahrenheit, 10 miles per hour out to right field. It is hot in Charm City, Baltimore. Let's get into the line history here. And for the site I've been using, didn't have Pinnacle's action up and still doesn't. So I will be using Bet Online today for line movement. So let's roll. The total here at Bet Online, Logan Allen, Cole Irvin, couple lefties on the mound, opened up at 9 yesterday at 2:37 p.m. About less than an hour later, it moved to 9 at minus 120, a 10-cent move to the over, and that's it. No more movement. On the money line here, we have this opening up at minus 135 for the Orioles. Now it's minus 131. So a slight move towards the Guardians. Let's take a look at the cash flow here for this one. From a cash flow scenario, we have 79% of the tickets and 83% of the cash on the Baltimore Orioles. And we have this slight line move to the Cleveland Guardians. 58% of the tickets and 76% cash on the under. And we have a 10-cent move to the over. Billy Friedrich says, I think those win. And on the run line, Reginald Codes in the house. Viper like the under, but he is off. And Nate Dogg saying Baltimore money line. So let's go. Logan Allen, 8-3, 5.23 ERA, 1.48 WHIP. He's not been very good this year. He's been quite a bit better at home. He's coming off a quality start against the Mariners, where we were on Logan Allen and the Guardians. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 homer, 2 Ks, 4 walks, 6-3 win at home versus the Mariners. On the road, 4.27 ERA. Over 46 in the third, 36 Ks and 17 walks. Cole Irvin has been excellent this year, especially at home. 3-2, 2.83 ERA. He's got a 270 opponent's batting average, but he seems to get double plays whenever he needs them. A lot of soft contact. He's coming off a tough situation at the Yankees. They were way ahead, so it wasn't a big deal, but he went 4 2/3 and allowed 5 earned runs in that 17-5 win. The Guardians are not. The Guardians are hitting lefties quite a bit harder than the Orioles. The Orioles are not hitting them at all. 211, 611 OPS. And by the way, important, I moved all my stats to just June. So no more May 15th and on now. It's starting June, 25 days of sample size. Both bullpens are spectacular. These are two very, very good baseball teams. Take it away for and Lee Davis and Allen has been pretty good in June. Yeah, it was a beauty quality start. There's Joe T in the house, and Justin McKelvey's on the over in this one. Lee Davis is on the O's as well. A lot of love for the O's. So we have a line movement slightly to the Guardians. I don't see anybody on those Cleveland Guardians. Here we go. Take it away for us, Jose Bouquet, Guardians, Orioles.
Yeah, I'll be on them, Cleveland Guardians. Honestly, if you just line it up, this month against lefties, Orioles have been bad. Guardians have been good. So we have a lineup advantage, bullpen advantage. We've got the Orioles, and starting, bullpen advantage. We have the Guardians, excuse me. And then starting pitcher, give me the Guardians here. So all those things kind of line up. The market moving against the Orioles with all that money. Give me the Guardians here, plus money. I enjoy it. So plus 131 for me.
There we go. We have Jose on the Guardians at plus 131. The Guardians backers are coming out of the woodwork. We have Kelly McInnes on the Guardians. We have Nate Dogg on the Guardians. Shout out to NJ Stryker and Jerry Davis joining us. Take it away, Pistol Pete Loshak, Guardians, Orioles.
Well, my numbers kind of like the over and the O's. My numbers kind of don't really like a good start for Allen here. Leaning Baltimore team total over, leaning Allen over 2.5 earned runs. Slight lean to Irvin over 3.5 strikeouts, and also Irvin under 17.5 outs at plus money. But even at the line, until anything under minus 150, like in Baltimore, didn't bet it yet, but definitely looking for a down spot for Allen. My personal opinion.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think I'm just going to stay off. Mr. Heat saying, look at his last home start versus Seattle. He got smacked. That was a quality start. 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 1 homer, 2 Ks, 4 walks. We got the win. We cashed with him. So I had no problem with his last start. But this is him on the road where he's been quite a bit better than he's been at home. Yeah, we have some interest in the over from a bunch of cappers in the chat. And this is one of the few spots, Jose, where we have more cash on the under and bigger bets on the under.
And the line's going up too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was a little surprising as well. It did make me a little hesitant in the fact that maybe the Orioles started hitting lefties, because full season they're good against them, and it's just this month so far they've been shit. I bet against them, or I don't remember if it was like on them or like a first 5 under. I don't remember exactly. Against Nasty Nestor, and Nestor dominated them, and I believe that was at home. So, I just think Logan Allen is going to be a decent enough lefty to get him done here. And the Guardians have been just solid. They've been just one of the better teams in baseball all year, and they're plus money, plus 130. I think it's just good value there as well.
Yeah, I get it. This wasn't one that I was close to moving. There's a bunch that I was close to moving on, so I'm going to pass here. Pete, we have a pass from you as well.
Yeah, I really want to take one bet here, some kind of a fade of Allen, just to get not crushed. It's just a 2.5 first 5 team total and the 2.5 earned runs. If it was minus 120, I'd take it, but at minus 150, it's a little bit iffy. But I'll probably have an official play on this one by the end of the show, one way or another. Just looks like a down spot for Allen for my numbers here.
We have 2 lefties facing off in Charm City. We also have 2 lefties facing off at Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. 2 very talented lefties here with the Phillies at the Detroit Tigers, Comerica Park. Let's go over the weather first here in Detroit. 79 Fahrenheit, 12.3 miles per hour in. It's right to left, but it's slightly in. So it opens up at 12.3, it ends at 9 miles per hour here. So we have Suarez going up against Tariq Skubal. Just a beautiful pitching matchup. Let's take a look at the line history here. Tariq Skubal and the Detroit Tigers are sitting at plus 111 at BetOnline. They opened up at plus 105. So there's been 6 cents of movement towards the Philadelphia Phillies. On the total, we are sitting here with a 7.5. It is juiced to the over. That's where it opened. It opened 7.5 minus 105 at 2:37 p.m. yesterday. And there's been 10 cents of movement just one time, 10 minutes later, 10 cents of movement towards the over. And then it just stopped. 10 cents of movement towards the over. Let's take a look at the cash flow for this one. You have 97% of the tickets and 96% of the cash on that over. Interesting that would be so heavily bet. Then you have 82% of the tickets and 99% of the cash on the Philadelphia Phillies. Has this been a big enough move here for that? Alexis Zavada asking if there's any Euro Cup action. Yes, the boys, the squad is on the Netherlands. They're on the Netherlands. That's it at this point. TJ says under on his card. He's got the under here. Rocco says, I really like Skubal over 6.5 Ks at plus 115, but I need to wait on the lineup to lock it in. I doubt the Phillies will change the lineup to make me not bet it, but I have to make sure. So there we go. Rangers Suarez versus Tariq Skubal. Suarez 10-1, 1.75 ERA, 0.89 whip on the season. He's been spectacular. Coming off 5-2 loss at home versus Padres, but it wasn't on him. 6 innings, 1 earned run. It was a solo shot, 4 Ks, and no walks. On the road, he's been amazing. 178 opponent's batting average, 5-1 with a 1.94 ERA. He's just been so good. Tariq Skubal coming off a tough start. Now, the market indicated that was in play, and he allowed 4 earned runs, 5 in total, but 4 earned, 2 homers in 4 innings and a 7-0 loss at the Braves. At home, he's been excellent this year, as he's been everywhere. I mean, 2.50 ERA, 0.97 whip on the season. At home, 2.01 ERA, 51 Ks over 44 and 2/3 with a 184 opponent's batting average. And the Phillies are smashing lefties, 254, 804 OPS. And the Tigers are hitting lefties really well, 252, 701 OPS. Another interesting thing that's happened in June is the Tigers' bullpen has figured out some of its problems. Remember, it started out the year great, then it fell apart. Now it's been much better, 3.56 ERA in June, and the Phillies bullpen has been elite since they started this massive run that they are on. Reginald Code says Philly scored 4 fewer in 6 of its last 9. Detroit has hit the under in 7 of its last 10, scored 2 runs or fewer in 8 of its last 9. Under is good here. Jerry Davis taking the Phillies team total over 3.5. JP says Phillies put in more righties. A switch can give you a great idea of who's in now. No Stubbs and no Marsh, etc. Take it away for us here. And Mr. Heat saying, Mize got 10 Ks versus the Phillies last night, so now Skubal going to follow that up. Take it away, Jose Bouquet, a battle of 2 very interesting lefties.
Yeah, I mean, this game obviously screened under to me here. I was just a little worried about, this just being so obvious, I guess. But, all that money seems to be on the over, like you said, and I don't know. I lean under here with everyone else here, but I was a little scared to bet it. I'll be honest, because of, again, how easy it felt. Shout out to Troy Torrance dropping his comments here saying home dogs between -102 and +120 and a total less than 8. The road team win percentage above 60%. They're 0-12 straight up and 0-12 on the run line.
It's unbelievable. I mean, what an unbelievable stat. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. Morgan Spooner says over full 2 seasons on Skubal shows an almost 50% ground ball percentage on batted balls. That is the key to silencing the Phillies offense. It's a fool's errand in my mind to bet against Philly, though. And JPZ is on the Phillies. Take it away, Pistol Pete Loshak. Extremely interesting information coming from our chat, as always. What's your plan?
All right. First of all, I'm having a little bit of a hard time signing into a couple of the books that I like to quote here. But for Cleveland, Baltimore, I'll do run in the first, yes. I'll take the Pinnacle line -117. Cleveland, Baltimore, running the first, yes, -117. I'll take that. Yeah, this one, my numbers like Skubal over 6.5 strikeouts at -103 or so. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on that because, as people have mentioned, he might, he should go for a bunch of grounders, and he'll probably be able to get them. So, I don't want to get stuck with a, great start with 4 or 5 strikeouts, which could easily happen here. But my numbers like Skubal over 6.5 strikeouts at anything less than -110. And no opinion on anything else except for, I agree with Jose Bouquet. Numbers like in, under first 3 and first 5 unders as well, and no run in the first inning, but those all seem very obvious. So I haven't bet them yet, but I might bet them later.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. This wasn't one of the ones that I was close to betting. I mean, look, I see the numbers from Skubal and Suarez, and I also see these 2 teams with an ability to hit lefties. All this
I'm going to move on the Phillies full game. I'll believe in Troy's stat there, and we'll continue to not take home dogs in that price range. And that's funny. I have the same price range written down in my stats, so it's good to know. Thanks, Troy. I was back and forth on that under, and if it goes under here, I'll be annoyed, but I'll stay off the under.
5-cent move at bookmaker towards the Phillies. Heritage has the best number on the board. There's just been a 2-cent move towards the Phillies over at Heritage. I mean, that stat is just unbelievable. Peter, what do you make of that stat that Troy just dropped?
Which the stat again? Let me see it.
The stat, can you put it up on the screen,
yeah.
Jose? The stat is in front of you. I mean, it's just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, 12-0. I mean, it's one thing to be 12-0 on money line, but also 12-0 on the run line. He's got us staying off of these slight home dogs, but he doesn't have us fading these slight home dogs. Or I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, that's obvious. That's obvious what this is. It's that the home team is a bad team with a great pitcher, and the market is overestimating the impact of the great pitcher with a bad team at home going up against a good team. See that all the time.
Yeah. No, that's perfectly put. And is it that enough for you to back the Phillies and Ranger Suarez here?
Well, no, but only because I would be looking at Skubal. My numbers like the under and Skubal to have a good start. So, but I'm going to hold off on that one.
Okay, Jose has moved on the Phillies. And what did you get, Jose?
Minus 123.
Minus.
And by the way, Troy saying the similar situation yesterday with Dodgers White Sox. They won 3-0, but lose straight up, cover the run line. So makes sense. I pushed the first 5, thankfully, but yeah.
And Steve Fehrenbach saying Scubal's also given up 8 runs in the last 10 innings, so it's not like the guy is dealing right now either. JP says Tigers 3-7 last 10, not in good form. Scubal discount today on the Phillies. And shout out to our guy Elio cashing 3 SGPs yesterday. I love it. Professor Chris as well says Tigers won't score. Okay, I'm going to need more time on that one, but I'm interested that Jose is on the Phillies. And what is keeping off Peter on the Phillies is his expectation that Skubal has a nice start here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's roll on. Next up for us, 6:50 p.m. Eastern with the Seattle Mariners, 45-36, 18-24 on the road at the Tampa Bay Rays, 39-40, 20-23 at home. We're at the Trop in St. Petersburg. Luis Castillo versus Zach Littell. Let's get into the line history for this one. We'll start with the money line. We have Castillo right now over at BetOnline at minus 128. So this line opened up yesterday at 2:37 p.m. and has not moved a cent. Not moved a cent. So Seattle at minus 128. From a total perspective here, we have it at a 7.5. Pick 'em either way. This has moved. So this opened up at 2:37 p.m. 10 minutes later, there was a 10-cent move to the over. So that's all that's happened, turning it into a pick 'em. So nothing big there. Let's get into the cash flow. 38% of the tickets and 71% of the cash is on the Tampa Bay Rays. 99% of tickets, 98% of cash is on the over. The market here has me interested in the Rays, clearly. Luis Castillo, we faded him against Logan Allen in that last start. It was a 6-3 loss for Castillo. He didn't look good, 5 earned runs in 5 innings. He's not been good on the road this year. 4.34 ERA, 2-5 record, 41 K, 17 walks over 45 2/3 with a 246 opponent's batting average. And Zach Littell has not looked great, but he's been very strong at home. 2-3, 3.56 ERA, just 7 walks, 49 Ks, 7 walks, 253 opponent's batting average. The Mariners are hitting righties much better right now. In June, 230, 739 OPS. Rays are hitting 239, 698 OPS. And both bullpens have been strong. Strong enough. 3.80 ERA in June for the Mariners, 3.86 for the Tampa Bay Rays. The market has me interested in these Tampa Bay Rays. Morgan Spooner says Tampa Bay spot. Castillo is such an overrated starter, and the offense is not rolling. Wine Time says market's telling us everything, and the Rays are really trying to make a little run here at the halfway point. Has just hit. Justin McKelvey is on the Rays at plus 112. Take it away for us here, Jose Bouquet. We're at the Trop.
Yeah, no, I agree with everyone. I've had a negative opinion about Luis Castillo for a little bit now. And it's funny, Dabby Cab roasts me all the time for thinking that he's not a very good starting pitcher. And yeah, he's good, but I think our expectations or what people think of him generally is a little more than in what he actually is. So I agree with everyone here. And the Rays are semi-interesting here. Troy, we just had a conversation about not taking these home dogs. So that is in my head, obviously. He's saying this one does not fit the sharp trap profile because the Sharps are on the home team. But yeah, I do like the Rays here. This is one of those lines, Jimmy, that seemed like it was just lined low enough to get people interested in the Rays. Excuse me there, and to get them to bet them. So I am semi-interested in the Rays. I'd like to hear what Loshak thinks as well, but I'm close.
And while you are close here, do you not have concern about the home dog that's 0-12 in this situation?
Yeah, but this one apparently doesn't fit his profile for that, I believe, is what he's saying there. So, Troy, you can obviously clarify and let us know. That's the main thing that's keeping us up, keeping me off, really. I did like the over in this as well. If I thought Luis Castillo was vulnerable here, I looked at the numbers against righties as well. For the Seattle Mariners this month, they're still pretty good. And again, they haven't been good all year, really. This month, they seem to start hitting a little bit. 116 weighted runs created plus. Tampa Bay, for those who are wondering, 15th at 105 weighted runs created plus. So yeah, I lean over. I just lean, some way of betting Luis Castillo to get hit. Maybe it might be his earned runs here. But yeah.
Peter, interesting spot here. Take it away, Mariners Rays.
Yeah, but just very quickly, let me just ask, because I'm a game behind for my decisions. You follow Scooball pretty closely. Jimmy the Bad Guy and Jose Bouquet. Is he injured? Is something wrong with him? Or are those two road starts just mostly fluky? Something I'm not aware of?
It's tough to say. He did not look good in that last start. That was the worst I'd seen him look. He just looked hittable. He was still getting strikeouts, but he looked really hittable. What do you think, Jose?
I think it's a little fatigue, honestly. Because you just use the workhorse of that staff, and he goes every day post, and I think at some point you have to give guys day off. Like the Red Sox have had to do that with like Cutter Crawford. They had to give him a day in between starts to get him feeling good. I think he might just be gassed, honestly, a little bit.
All right, well, might be a bad thing to do, but I'll take Philly Detroit first 3 under 2.5 minus 140 current line. Caesars 2.5 minus 140. I'll make that official for that one. Okay. All right, Jim.
First 3 under 2.5
minus 140 current line. Caesars.
Minus 140. All right.
Yeah.
You're locked in.
And by the way, just something interesting, real quick. He's thrown 150 innings in his career in 2021. But he threw only 80 innings last year, and he's already at 90 this year. So maybe some fatigue. So we'll see.
Sure. All right, we'll see. I might have to eat a bad loss there, but all right. Yeah, Seattle, Tampa Bay. My numbers like Tampa Bay as a home dog, and a lean to Castillo under 18.5 outs, but not at like minus 200, at like minus 170. I would take that. Lean to Castillo to not have a slight lean to Castillo to give up some hits, but also to go deep. And as a dog, my numbers like Tampa Bay. I will almost certainly bet that. Not sure if I want to give it official though.
What would keep you from wanting, not having the confidence to give it officially, if you don't mind me asking?
Because my numbers also, think it's a better start for Castillo, and it could be a lot better. And Littell also a bit shaky statistically from what I look at.
Yes, and TJ touched on that as well. He said the only thing concerning about Castillo is his high line drive percentage to go along with a very low ground ball percentage, but Littell has the same issue.
Yeah.
TJ says Castillo's bad starts were against Kansas City when they were knocking the cover off the ball in Cleveland with the wind blowing out. I don't see how Tampa Bay gets to him for more than a couple.
Yeah, there you go. Troy Torrance says should be Tampa Bay money line. Yeah, statistically, there's a small edge on Tampa Bay, the way I look at it. But Troy says I don't trust these short home dogs. Absolutely.
All right. Well, okay. I will. I had the asterisks and the question mark. Now I've had to add a few question marks to think about it a little more. Jose, are you moving on these Rays?
No, I'm going to stay off.
We roll on. Next up, we have the Subway Series, 7:10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees, 52-28, 28-14 on the road at these New York Mets, 37-39, 18-23 at home. We are at Citi Field in Queens, New York. Let's start with the weather there in Peter Loshak town. We have 83 Fahrenheit, 11.2 miles per hour to left center. Stays between 9.7 and 11.2 throughout this game. Mally Mal giving us the skull and bones here. The skull and bones. And BJ coming in with a best bet. A best bet from BJ is Yankees money line. Best bet from our guy, BJ, Yankees money line. Let's copy and paste that here. We have Garrett Cole going up against David Peterson. We saw Derek Cole in his debut. Threw 4 innings in a 7-6 extra inning loss at home to the Orioles, allowed 2 earned runs, struck out 5, walked 1. And David Peterson has looked very good through a very short sample size, 22 and 2/3 innings this year. Now, his K to walk ratio has always been a problem. It's a problem again. 12 Ks and 8 walks, and those 22 and 2/3, but only allowed 2 jacks, getting some softer contact. Peterson, 6 innings for its 2 earned runs, 1 homer, 6 Ks, 3 walks, and a 4-2 win at the Rangers. The Yankees aren't hitting lefties that hard. In June, 229, 706 OPS. The Mets are hitting righties much harder than the Yankees are hitting lefties. Mets versus righties, 265, 775 OPS. And yes, there was that 17 runs scored against this pitching staff, but the Yankees bullpen's not been good, even with that. The Yankees bullpen's not been good, even with that, outlier performance. A 4.54 ERA throughout the month of June, while the Mets bullpen is all of a sudden back to being very, very good, Jose. Where, we talked about how bad they were a while ago. Now they're back to being very, very good.
Which bullpen you said? The Mets?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't have Diaz, obviously, now. And they're going to be short a bullpen arm, which will be interesting, but yes.
Yeah, no, it's been interesting watching them roll. So let's go through the line history and hear what you have to say, Jose. So we will go into this money line. Right now, we have at Bet Online these New York Yankees at -143. This is another game that opened up at 2:37 p.m. yesterday and has not moved. Let's get to the total here at Bet Online. The total is sitting here at 9. It's -120 to the under. So this opened up at 8. We've gone up a full run. Opened up at 8. The over 8 was plus money. And then the juice starts forming last night, 9, 10 o'clock. Moves to 8.5 at 10:30. And it moves to 9 at 10:48 p.m. This full run move to the over happened last night. But if I'm looking around at these other books, there aren't other 9s, prevalent here. So let's go here with the cash flow and hear what Jose has to say from a cash flow perspective. We have 83% of the tickets and 80% of the cash on the Yankees, 91% of the tickets and 90% of cash on the over. Jose Bouquet, what's your move?
I'll also say that the sites today, that I'm using, Jimmy, as well, might be a little messed up with Bet Online because I'm on it right now, logged in, and it's 8.5 -116 to the under.
Oh wow!
Here, which okay. Yeah, and I'm looking at the site. I'm assuming you're looking at too, which is saying 9, which is weird.
I'm not looking at the site. No, I'm looking at my odds page for all the books.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, but then it says 9 -120. But yeah, I'm. I the same thing with I guess last game. I was semi-interested in the Mets. I wanted to kind of fake Garrett Cole. And then I saw BJ drop his best bet, and I was like, that's not good. And I see Yankees for Troy as well. So I think I'm just going to stay off. I leaned over here as well, thinking that, I think Garrett Cole does get touched up a little bit today. David Peterson, a decent to solid lefty, depending on the day you get him, really. Yankees against lefties this month. I believe 103. Let me go back to lefties. 103 weighted runs created plus. It's in 220 plate appearances, so they've been okay, not great. I was semi-interested in the Mets, but I'm going to stay off, and I like the over. But you just read off that total. It went from 8 to 8.5, and who knows, might be going to 9 here soon. So I stayed off, but again, I leaned to Mets, honestly.
Well, I know that you have a dislike for Garrett Cole as well.
By the way, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but I was listening to a podcast and I didn't notice this until they said he's kind of looking kind of tubby, a little thick around the waist this year. Garrett Cole, very interesting.
TJ,
yeah, but that doesn't really matter. Look at David Wells. Look at Luis Tiant.
Look at Lance Lynn.
Look at Lance Lynn. You can be a fat tub of shit and be a successful MLB pitcher. I mean,
but it makes it so much easier to make fun of you, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Loshak, are you moving on this spot?
No, this is a pass for me. Definitely a pass for me. Cole is a big wild card. Numbers like Cole over 1.5 earned runs at -150, but low confidence, and slightly into Peterson over 5.5 hits at plus money as well. And slightly into the over, but pass.
And Troy saying when the market is moving towards a home dog, the bigger the dog, the more they cash. which is absolutely wild. TJ plans on moving on the Mets, but he's going to wait till an hour before first pitch, Jose.
Okay. Yeah, I'm staying off. I'll be hoping the Mets win, but we'll see.
All right. Well, let's roll on. Next up for us is the Pittsburgh Pirates at Cincinnati Reds, and we have reached the spreadsheet play of the day dog. 18-12 plus 12.47 units is the spreadsheet dog from our friend Ron Crawford. Great American Ballpark here with Mitch Keller going up against Hunter Green. Now, these pitchers just faced off against each other and were absolutely spectacular. 5 days ago, they were unbelievably good. Mitch Keller went 7 strong, didn't allow a run, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, in complete control. He's been very good at home this year. That was at home. On the road, not quite as good. 3.83 ERA, a 274 opponent's batting average. And then Hunter Green was spectacular. 9 strikeouts. Didn't allow a run either through 6 1/3. At home, he has struggled. The splits were set up perfectly for them to pitch well in the 5 days ago. Are we going to get that zigzag situation where these pitchers get touched in this spot? Pittsburgh versus righties, 223, 648 OPS. Reds versus righties, this is all in June, 248, 737 OPS. This Reds bullpen's been so good. 2.97 ERA through June, while the Pirates bullpen's been getting touched heavily. TJ says, well, I don't like that I'm against Ron here, but since he was my first bet today at minus 120. And Billy Friedrich says, can't go against Helen Mitch Keller. Can we get Helen up there for us to look at, Jose? Let's take a look at the line history and the weather while this is rolling. God, she's just fine.
And that's a svelte starting pitcher right there.
Oh, good God.
Svelte.
I don't know if Pete's, by the way, senior additions, or I guess our additions to the program.
I'm just saying. That's a fucking svelte pitcher. All right.
If you think that's hot, Pete, wait till later.
Yeah, let's just give him a little taste. Let's just give him just a very little taste here of what we're talking about.
Ooh, whoa. Okay. All right. Okay. I see you. I feel you.
93 Fahrenheit feels like 95. It's 7 miles per hour in. If this is to be believed, if Swish, I'm going to refresh this. If Swish is to be believed, it's not. Okay, good. There was just a problem there. So it's actually 10.7 miles per hour out to left center, and then it starts moving towards the left field. So 10.2 across the diamond and then 7.9 in. That's the situation here. Let's get the line history and the cash flow and hear what Jose has to say about this spot. And again, Jose, please keep me in line. If this is not giving me the right information from BetOnline, let me know. So with this spot here, I've got very little information from the books. We'll use Bookmaker here. I don't know what's going on with this site, but Bookmaker has no change, opening up over 8 at minus 120, and nothing has changed according to this site. My bookie has had this at 8.5, minus 115 to the over. There was no movement here at all. I looked at this one quite closely here.
It's at a 9, by the way, at BetOnline. Juice to the under.
9 juice to the under, and over here at 365. This is sitting at 9 minus 120 to the under as well. And I've got Pinnacle up here. Pinnacle has this right now at 9 as well, minus 113 to the under. So all are at 9 here. And let's take a look at the money line from a money line perspective here. Come on, get over here. Sorry about that. And we'll also take a look at the cash flow, and then we'll hand it over to Jose Bouquet. From a money line standpoint, a little refresh. It's not. Bookmaker has this at plus 110. saying that it has not moved. Over here at Pinnacle, the Pirates are plus 114. So it doesn't look like there's been much line movement in this one. When we get to the cash flow for this one, we have 79% of the tickets and 91% of the cash on the Cincinnati Reds. Very slight movement towards them. 85% of the tickets and 84% cash on the over. And that should probably be recognized. Here, especially after how good they looked in that last start. Are we going to get that zigzag look? Take it away, Jose.
Yeah, no, I believe in the zigzag theory wholeheartedly. I think both these guys could get touched up here. They just got the tape on them and they'll get to work. And I think the hitters are just good enough to adjust. Troy and I think TJ both like the Reds here as well a lot. So it's very interesting. I don't have anything in this game. I think these two pitchers and teams play each other like every other week, it seems like. But yeah, I just wasn't interested in this game. I definitely lean Reds with the guys though, and I believe in the zigzag theory. So if I had to make one bet in this game, I actually would choose over, even though the line has moved all that way and all the public money's on that way as well.
This is wild stuff here. The total in this game at 365 is a 9, and the first 5 is a 4.
Wow. So
Now,
bullpen collapses incoming, apparently. Pirates don't have a good bullpen without Bednar, and Bednar hasn't even been good this year. So
now the over 4 is minus 130. Over at Pinnacle, the over 4 is minus 142. A 4 with these pitchers who just shoved. Very, very interesting. Shout out to Al Cervic in the house. What do you think of this spot, Pistol?
Well, there's one bet I definitely made that I will chuck on there, and that is Keller under 5.5 strikeouts at plus 102. Current line Caesars. It's worse line other places, but Caesars still holding it plus money. So I'll take that one. I did bet it. Keller under 5.5 strikeouts plus 102. My numbers also like the over, but haven't pulled the trigger on it yet because it definitely makes me nervous. But yeah, definitely liking Cincinnati team total over and Keller under 5.5 strikeouts, but under 5.5 strikeouts will be plus 102. Caesar will be an official play.
Is this a trap? This 4 at minus 130 to the over, you're getting 12 cents better than Pinnacle. I mean,
for what? For
first 5 over 4 when the full game's at 9.
I don't know. They'd trap me if it were a trap. But
that's a real appealing number. Extremely appealing number. I think I should bet it right now.
By the way, for those wondering, real quick, both teams against righties this month so far. Pittsburgh is 24th, 83 weighted runs created plus. Cincinnati 16th, 102 weighted runs created plus.
This Morgan Spears says Keller has a career 8.1 ERA at Great American Ballpark and never given up less than 2 runs. Troy Torn says when the Reds are at home and the total closes below 9.5, the under is 16-4. Clark said the line just moved on 3 sites. It's right available for me to bet right now. I'm logged in. I can bet the over 4 at minus 130 and get 12 cents better than Pinnacle. I'm going to move on it.
Yeah, I mean, the Reds are getting more appealing, honestly, as we sit here, but I think I'll probably just end up staying off.
I am going to move on. I'm going to bet it right now. Joey Marinaccio is seeing the 4.5s everywhere.
Yeah, you better bet it now because his 4.5s are coming, I guess.
Well, I don't think it was ever a 4. I don't quite understand what the hell's going on in this spot, but I'm going to bet it. So while I do, can you set up Blue Jays Red Sox?
Sure. Good game yesterday. Arguably the best Red Sox win of the year. That and the Yankees win the other day. Comeback victory for Los Red Sox. And Jimmy and I, we were both thrilled to see it because we had the same plan in this game. I had bet this same exact matchup, and I bet it last week, and I'm going to bet the same thing again, even though we lost. Galvin versus Bayo. Bayo walked on a tightrope, tiptoed around a trouble for the Blue Jays. And it was impressive. He had a good start, but I just don't know if I trust him to do it again in such, quick fashion on a turnaround. Everyone knows that, again, we believe in at least I believe in the zigzag theory. He would 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, just a lot of traffic there that he navigated around. I think those balls that might found gloves will get through this time. Gausman last time 5 2/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. Again, zigzag theory. If he pitches bad the first time, I think he's going to bounce back and pitch better the second time. And Gausman has been someone that used to dominate the Red Sox a lot, like just shoved it up their ass. But it seems like the Alex Cora and the coaching staff finally was like, you know what, we got to stop letting this guy fucking dominate us here. And his last few starts against the Red Sox have been poor. 5 2/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs. We just talked about that. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. Previous before that in 23 and 8 earned runs over 3 1/3 innings pitched. So that is a little concerning to me. I'm a little worried about Gausman here, but I will be going back to the well and betting Blue Jays first 5 here. Again, I just think this is set up for Gausman to pitch well here. Disappointing day yesterday. And we talked about his comments last time, and the offense did not show shit for him last time out as well. So I'll be interested to see how it plays out. But Blue Jays first 5, even money for me on my card. Market in this game, 80% of the bets, 82% of the money on the Boston Red Sox here. The Red Hot Sox are starting to get some love, but don't think today is the day. We have no line movement information from me, Jimmy. I don't know about you. Money line is currently sitting at -116 at Bet Online here. So I'm interested in the I'm moving on the Blue Jays first 5. But full game still is just so sketchy with this Toronto Blue Jays bullpen, man. It just really is. Every time they go out there, it seems like bad things happen. But the Red Sox bullpen is gassed. I will say that. They didn't use many people yesterday, so that was good. But they had a bullpen day on Sunday, a game yesterday. So it's just like just 3 days in a row with games. So I think they're eventually going to, get more and more tired. But I do like the Red Sox full game if I had to make a full game look. But Blue Jays first 5, even money on my card. Pedro, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, well, I did. First of all, thank you so much to James telling me that I can get Keller under 5.5 at +110 at DraftKings. So I'll send all this to you after the show, Jimmy the Bag. But that's my official line for that one, under 5.5 +110 DraftKings. This one I did bet Gausman over 5.5 strikeouts, and I probably will make that official here. I also don't exactly know what's going on. Bayo, as we know, has control issues. I bet over 1.5 walks for him at -129. Now it's down to 121 at Caesars. So I don't know who would be betting under walks for Bayo. Is he going to come out here and be better than expected? I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. And Gausman, is he cooked until the All-Star break, or what's up with him? I think he's probably okay, right? Or what? Jimmy the Bag, you follow this close as hell. What is he? Gausman all right?
There's a lot of Mikey Money being the main one, a lot of cappers who think that Gausman's a gas can. And I've been very hesitant to move on him at home. I haven't. The last time I bet him was in Oakland, and it was the 2 biggest bets I've made on a straight MLB game in the regular season that I can remember. I don't remember, and he shut them down. Shout out to Beavis, Crystal Craig, Sean Pulliam, Lucas Ryan. Crystal Craig says you can't bet the Blue Jays. All they're good at is finding new ways to lose. If the players don't screw up, the manager does. Counting on Mesa to get Devers out last night was an idiot move. So look at his numbers on the road. I mean, they're spectacular. 4-2, 1.86 ERA, 39 strikeouts over 38 2/3 with 9 walks, 201 opponent's batting average. Bayo has been better at home than he's been on the road. The Blue Jays aren't hitting righties with any power at all. I know that Vladdy's starting to hit a little harder, but still as a team, 239, 679 OPS, while the Red Sox are 285, 288, 827 OPS. Red Sox have a big bullpen advantage too. It's been, very, very this Red Sox team is very impressive, and everybody in the chat on the Red Sox here. But I expect Gausman to pitch well. And TJ says my numbers demand I bet the under. It's against the market, but I get 9.5 at Heritage and Bookmaker. All
right. Well, Jim, I'll add on Gausman over 5.5 strikeouts -108 at Pinnacle. We'll see if it loses. All right. And I have no idea why Bayo's walk number is so low.
I think Gausman pitches great here. So what the hell does Brian Bayo do, Jose? What's your expectation of him?
I think if I had to guess the stat line, I'd say 5 innings, 4 run runs. 5 innings, 6 innings, 4 run runs, around there.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to Jay's first 3 and first 5.
By the way, Austria Netherlands officially underway. So
beautiful.
Lay Orange, even money. Let's go.
All right. So that is the TJ says the book props say Bayo pitches well today. Yeah, and that's what Peter was implying with the with the move down on the walks, that he's going to pitch well here.
This definitely might be like a last stand for me on the Blue Jays here. If the offense can't figure out a way to get to Bayo after seeing him just a few days ago, and Bayo's not been pitching well this year, then it's truly these Blue Jays are cooked. I'm gonna wipe my hands clean with them.
Well, I mean, you're focusing on the first 3 or the first 5, so you are in or first 5. You're focusing early in the game, which makes sense. I mean, this team can't be trusted. There's only one person that can be, and that's Kevin Gausman, in my estimation. But look, he's sitting here with a 4.24 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP. He's not being very good. But Jake Burns is another guy who believes Gausman's trash. It's amazing that so many cappers feel that way, and it was so strange for me being a complete opposite of that, thinking that he is our best Blue Jay pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many years on this contract you have left for Gausman, but a trade piece for sure.
All right, and JP's saying he's made a lot of money back in the Red Sox. He's one angle that kept me off the Red Sox last Friday, and confident in backing them Saturday and Sunday. It's telling me to stay off the Red Sox today.
Yeah, the Red Sox suck dick on Fridays in general, so there's your fun fact of the day for you guys. Don't bet the Red Sox on Fridays.
That was an interesting sound effect there, Pete.
You all right, Pete?
Yeah.
No, it's weird that people suck dick one day a week. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Specific days that they suck dick, Sundays, they're great.
Why is Bayo's walk number so low? I don't understand it. All right, I'm going to hold off.
Yeah, I was about to say, Billy Fridger, good note there. The Red Sox haven't lost to the Blue Jays yet either this year. So we'll see how hard it is to beat the team 5 years or 5 days in a row, or 5 games in a row, I should say.
All right. JPZ says Jose knows his angle, which I guess he'll only back the Red Sox when they're not sucking dick.
It's a good angle.
All right.
Would you want to back someone that sucks dick like that?
The Hawk Tua girl, I think, should be in the Oval Office. I think she should run the country.
Oh, true.
So, yeah, I would definitely support it.
Fair enough.
Let's roll on to the next spot on the board. 7:45 p.m. Eastern. We have the Atlanta Braves 43 and 33, 19 and 20 on the road at the St. Louis Cardinals 40 and 37, 21 and 15 at home. We're at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. Let's get into the weather here for this one. By the way, in Boston, 84 Fahrenheit, 6.8 miles per hour out to right field, dies down to 5.4. Here we have 103 Fahrenheit in St. Louis. Feels like 105. 13 mile per hour winds to straightaway center. It dies down to 8.1 miles per hour. Let's get into the line history here for this one. And again, make sure that this is right here when I drop this Lopez Gibson spot. Over at Bet Online, we have another spot with no movement. So maybe what do you have for the Braves money line at Bet Online right now?
I have Braves sitting at, let me scroll real quick. Apologies. They are at minus 133.
Okay, so opened up at minus 130, now minus 133. We're going to keep doing that, if you don't mind, Jose, because this site sums up with my site. Maybe I should just switch to a different site, which I could easily do as well. Here, from a total standpoint, Jose, we are sitting here.
Own goal fucking Netherlands. All right. Here we go, lads.
Is it live bet time?
I'm going to look right now, actually, but that was really annoying to start the game off.
What do you have for the total in the Braves Cardinals?
8.5 minus 110 each way.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to switch this off. I'm not going to use this site anymore. It's just not working. So let's roll into the cash flow here. We know that site is working. We have 74% of tickets, 72% of cash on the Braves, 87% of tickets, 87% of cash on the over 8 6.5. Ronaldo Lopez going up against Kyle Gibson. Gibson's been a revelation this year. He's been so good. Old man Gibson delivering. His last start, 3-0 win at the Cubs. Doesn't allow a run. Only 2 hits against him, 6 Ks and 1 walk. He's had a much tougher time at home this year than he has had on the road. And I don't know how he's going to handle this very hot weather. Ronaldo Lopez, not a guy in very good shape. Different, very, very different type of pitcher than Kyle Gibson. He's also coming off a start where he didn't allow a run. Now, he did allow 7 hits in the 7-0 win at home versus the Tigers. That's when he went up against Skubal. On the road, 2.14 ERA, 216 opponents batting average, 37 strikeouts over 33 and 2/3. He's been excellent. He's just been so good. The Braves are not hitting at all. Versus righties since in June, 213, 664 OPS, while the Cards versus righties, 266, 760 OPS. And both bullpens have been excellent. Take it away, Jose Bouquet, because the Billy Friedrich says Braves hitters 123 plate appearances are batting 348 and slugging 679 versus Kyle Gibson. Take it away for us here, Jose. The floor is yours.
Yeah, again, this was a tough game for me. And by the way, I moved on the Netherlands draw no bet at plus 130. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Kyle Gibson has been solid. Reynaldo Lopez has been solid. It's I like both these guys. I feel like I should be just on an under here, Jim. I don't know. Maybe again, I'm oversimplifying these things. I like both these pitchers. Both have been good all year. Well, I don't know about good all year, I guess, but just you'd want them on your team. 87% of the bets and money on the over. And who knows what this site's line movement's been all day, but has not really moved much, it seems like. Bet Online still showing the 8.5 as well. And the Braves have been one of the best under teams in baseball, like Benjamin Mills just commented there. Great timing. So I like the under here, and I think I might move on it.
And that heat doesn't concern you at all?
No, it doesn't actually. Because, I don't know how hot it is in Atlanta right now, but I know it's hot as fuck there, and maybe the ball travels a little better. Sure, but I still believe in both these offenses just not being very good.
TJ says Lopez over 5.5 Ks, high strikeout percentage. St. Louis striking out versus right-handed pitchers at a 25% rate. Take it away for us here, Pistol Pete, Braves Cardinals.
I liked. I took Lopez over 4.5 hits a little bit. I mean, Lopez is a great pitcher, of course, but he can give up his hits, and statistically, it just looked like it was worth a shot. So I will take that one. I'll shop around, but Pinnacle right now is 127, so minus 127. So I'll make that official. Lopez over 4.5 hits allowed, minus 127 Pinnacle. I'll shop around, and also my numbers like St. Louis as a dog, but I don't know if I'll bet that. I probably will, but I haven't bet it yet.
I did forget about that, Jimmy. Didn't last time we talked about Kyle Gibson, bereavement list and the whole thing? And we couldn't find it.
It was the back issue. I guess, he hadn't been in his routine due to the death, which we don't know anything about who died. And so he comes back, he starts to warm up, and his back is hurting. So, yeah, it's now been a couple weeks since he has pitched. And Billy Friedrich says Gibson will get touched. I have no idea, honestly. Like, what? Now he's got, 2 weeks between starts? Does that help?
His last start was on the 14th.
Does that help a guy like him? 11 days off between starts?
I'm going to be interested, and I'm going to bet the under here. 8.5 minus 110. I think that the Braves offense just all year has just been disappointing. And, maybe we don't get a 100% Kyle Gibson here, but according to this season, you don't really need to be 100% to dominate this Braves offense. So I'll stick the under here.
Lee saying he said after he tweaked it in warm-ups that he couldn't even touch his toes. So
he's an old man. I mean, all of us old men has thrown out our back once or twice. They just give him some shots on the back, and he's ready to go. And if he doesn't pitch, then I don't have my bet. So there we go.
All right. And Pistol Pete has moved on Lopez over 4.5 hits. Let's move on to the next spot on the board, 8:10 p.m. Eastern, Colorado Rockies at the Houston Astros. And we have a correlated action I have with Razor Sharp picks. This was the only bet I made before the show, even though I was close to a few of them. And I'm on the first 5 under 4.5 at -115. And I really liked it. That was the exact same number at Pinnacle. Same thing at 365. I saw that the full game had gone from 8.5 to 8. And right now it's moved to 4. So this is good. All good. Now it's not a real 4 at 365. The over 4 is -125. The under 4 is +105. But still, I'd like to see that. And in fact, let's just see what is the 4.5 anyways, because you can see what it is here. The alternate 5 innings total. The under 4.5 is -135. So it beat it by 20 cents. Now that doesn't necessarily equate getting paid, but I like this a lot. And I spent time with it because, Jose, I have a real concern about Gomber's first time through the lineup statistics. And, did he?
You should too.
That?
Yeah.
But did he fix that against the Dodgers? That, he looked really good there. Is this something he can fix? I don't know. But I do know that the Astros are not hitting with as much power against lefties. Now, they're hitting for a very high average, 276, but just a 732 OPS. The Rockies are hitting righties hard at 253, 715. But you guys know what I think about Hunter Brown right now. This guy is locked. This kid is locked in. He's pitching phenomenally well. He's pitching so well. Hunter Brown, 1 earned run. It was a solo shot over 6 innings in that 4-1 win at the White Sox. He out-pitched Crochet. At home, 3.92 ERA, 222 opponent's batting average, and his ERA just keeps dropping now. It was, ballooned up to it was a 7 ERA, and now it's down to 4.72 on the season. Rockies bullpen's an atrocity, 7.27 ERA, 1.67 WHIP since June 1st. My dude says I really like Rockies at +1.5 first 5 at -120. Says Gomber is a first 5 stud. I'm surprised that you can get that number. It's a pretty nice number. I thought about it as well, but I need Gomber to pitch well here, and I think he showed us a sign of that against the Dodgers. Now, that was at home. He's been much worse on the road, which is a surprise. He's been much worse away from the thin air. 281 opponent's batting average, 5.05 ERA for Austin Gomber on the road. I haven't got that next site up for line movement, Jose, so why don't you give us the line movement as part of your breakdown? And when we get into the cash flow for this spot, where is it? Sorry. We have 82% of tickets, 87% of cash on the over. Again, this has dropped to 8. Now the first 5's up 4. We have 6% of tickets and 12% of the cash on the Colorado Rockies. Jose, what's the line movement?
This allegedly opened up at -250. It's now 270 at our friends at Bet Online. This game, again, kind of screamed under to me, but the under was obviously based on thinking that Austin Gomber could pitch well. And I've got a little bit of cold feet, and I kind of need to keep seeing him pitch well a little bit for me to believe in him here. So I stayed off betting a Rockies first 5 or a +0.5 or anything like that, and I just stayed looking at an under. But I just ended up not moving on it. Troy Torrance putting a cow in the chat. Haven't seen a cash cow spot in our chat in a long time, it feels like. So shout out to you, Troy, in the cash cow play of the day. But I ultimately just not going to move on the game. I'll stay off.
What do you think about this spot, Pete?
Well, I will definitely take, and this is the one I'm surprised, I guess a little concerned that it hasn't moved yet, but Brown over 17.5 outs just to get 6 innings. Just -165 at Bet Online. It's worse at other places. Bet Online -165. People like Brown at this point in the season, when they're like making up for lost time. I mean, he was obviously almost an auto fade in the beginning of the year. I have no problem betting on those guys to stack good starts in a row. And if they have a bad start, that's fine. I'll eat the loss. But Brown, a young guy with great talent, making up for lost time, making up for that one start in KC. He's probably still thinking about that. 9 runs in 1 inning at KC. He's probably still thinking about that every time he steps on the mound now. So even though it's a big line, Brown over 17.5 outs -165 current line, Bet Online.
Brown over 17 and a half outs. Sorry, let me get this.
And Brown to record the win at -103. Seems a little bit too obvious, but it might be just don't even overthink it. Almost even money at Brown to record the win.
Yeah, that does seem very appealing. It's interesting here. So I've switched sites to everyone. So I'll be using Bet365 market moves. On the -1.5 line, there's been a 10-cent move towards the Rockies. On the money line, there's been a 20-cent move towards the Astros. And on this total, it opened up at 8.5 and moved to 8 at 121 this morning.
It makes sense to me if you're taking the Rockies to take plus 1.5, assuming low volatility, you know?
Yeah. My dude says the wind is blowing out strong. The roof will not be open in Houston. So there's no concern about what the wind is doing at all. Okay. So let's roll. We have razor sharp picks. Gamblers' first glance is the under 8 at minus 105 in the Rockies Astros spot. Gamblers' first glance is in. We have Mikey Money in the chat. I imagine that he's going to be fading Gaussman today. How are you doing that, Mikey? I'd be very interested to see. Are you first 5, or you take the Red Sox first 5 minus a half? What are your thoughts of Brian Bayo? I'd be very interested in that. TJ says everyone moving on Astros and parlays, hence what you are seeing. Okay, let's roll on. Next up for us.
There you go. Sorry, I just said TTJ's comment. I didn't even see it. It says save the juice and take Brown to get the win at minus 110. Yeah, I just don't like to bet things that I haven't priced out. And also, I think he's going to have a strong 6-inning start, but he could give up a couple runs. Gomber gives up only 2, and now you're into extra innings, and the Astros win, and you don't get the win there. So
Pete,
yeah, but it's very
question. I have a stupid question for you. By pricing out props, what does that entail for you?
I get my abacus. You know what an abacus is? And I flip the little things on the abacus around, and I'm like, oh, now I know what the fair line should be. And if it's if the fair line is if what I can bet is better than the fair line, what my abacus tells me the fair line is, I bet it. But I haven't done that with I've just never looked into those to get a win props yet. They're very, very the hold percentage is huge on those usually.
You know what I think is a fair line, Pete?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I think. I think that's a fair line.
Ooh.
She's playing for the Netherlands today.
I'll tell you
Dodgers,
what. I can't disagree. No disagreement over here, pal.
LA Dodgers 49-31, 24-15 on the road at the Chicago White Sox, 21-59, 13-26 at home. We're at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago, Illinois. Let's get into the weather here in Chicago. 87 Fahrenheit, feels like 99, sticky and hot, and the wind's all over the place. It starts right to left, 10.1 miles per hour, and then it goes straight out the center. It's down to 6.4 miles per hour, and then finally it's in at 6.5 miles per hour. So the wind is all over the place. Let's get into the line history. Again, the site that I usually use is not working. So we are going to be using the lines here at Bet365, the market movement and lines at 365. So let's get into that right now for this Miller versus Flexen start. So on the money line here, or let's just start with the run line. There was a 1 point, a 10-cent move to the Dodgers. It's come back. No change there. On the money line, it's moved 15 cents towards the LA Dodgers, and this total has been stuck at 9.5. It's minus 130 to the under, now minus 125 to the under, so plus 105 to the over at 9.5. Let's get the cash flow up here for this spot. Here we go. We have a 39% of tickets on the over and 65% of cash. Very, very interesting that with these two guys on the mound in the heat, that they would think that this game would go under. 91% of the tickets and 99% of the cash on these LA Dodgers. Troy Torrance says this game is perfectly priced, less than a 2% edge on either side, money line or run line. And Troy says he actually gives the edge to the White Sox. And so I guess this is this total is at 9 at some books. I was just giving the 365, which was a kind of a fake 9.5. Bobby Miller has not looked good. Now he's only thrown 18 innings this year. He's walked 9 batters in those 18 innings, 1.44 whip, allowed 3 jacks, with a 6 ERA. His last start was in that thin air Colorado, tough place to pitch. He allowed 5 earned runs over 6 in the third. Chris Flexen coming off a beautiful start at home versus the Astros, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. It was a solo shot. He's been pitching much better, and I talked earlier about how popular this guy is in the clubhouse. They really want to see him succeed. Dodgers are hitting 257, 81 OPS versus righties since June 1st, while the White Sox are 216, 627. And then the Dodgers bullpen has this enormous advantage over the White Sox bullpen. The Dodgers are allowing 2.87 runs less over 9 innings in June than the White Sox. Billy Friedrich says White Sox are back to not scoring runs. No way they can muster enough offense to win this. Take it away, Jose Bouquet, Dodgers, White Sox.
Stay off. Excuse me. Stay off, but I lean White Sox here. I'll typically always want to fade these minus 200s, admittedly, and Bobby Miller just recently coming back. Typically want to fade that stuff as well. But if I was going to bet the White Sox, it'd be first 5 here as always. But no action for me.
The first thing I looked at was first 3 plus a half as well, backing Flexen and the Rockies. Pete, what's your take here?
Yeah, you said it, Jim. My numbers like the White Sox first 3 and first 5. Miller also was not good in the minors when he came back. If you look at his rehab starts, they were a little bit iffy. So, my numbers like over 4.5 hits for Miller, White Sox first 3 or first 5, and under 5.5 strikeouts for Miller as well, though that one a lot less. But the line is too big, in my opinion. I will bet it, but I don't know if I'll give 1 or 2 of those officially, though. I can't not.
Are you going to do? Is that going to be a first 3 plus a half?
Plus a half, plus 130, very tempting. Plus 180 for the full thing. Go ahead, Jim. What were you going to say?
Well, you got first 3 plus a half at what number?
Plus 130. Oh no, sorry, that's first 5. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay,
right.
Jesus.
Sorry. Yeah, it's Caesars plus 105. Still,
you're getting 25 cents better than I'm getting. Good God! Wow.
What for first 3 plus a half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, I mean, the markets for some of these derivatives are shockingly, inefficient. You would think that they wouldn't be, but they are. What can I tell you?
I'm getting first 3 plus a half at minus 120, first 5 plus a half at plus 110 at 365.
Mm-hmm. Well, you might need to expand your selection of books that you use there, Jimmy the Bag. I don't know.
It's not my only first 3 availability is 365.
Right.
I mean, I can bet the first 5 plus a half at Pinnacle, but
yeah, I mean, when you have like Pinnacle doesn't even offer first 3, so if Pinnacle's not offering it, then you're going to have inefficient markets and stuff. The point is, I'm liking White Sox early and liking a little bit of a fade Miller pitching props selection. I'll make 1 or 2 of them official, maybe. It's just that like Miller was just not good in the minors in his rehab starts. I know the White Sox are, all right. I'll probably make 1 or 2 of them. Let me just look around and I'll tell you what I'm going to make official, Jim. Anyone in the comment section got any insights into Miller? Morgan Spooner had a great comment about Coors field pitchers getting psychologically messed up by trying to adapt to Coors, and then their muscle memory is all messed up when they go on the road. Great fucking comment, Morgan Spooner. Don't think I didn't catch that.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. That makes me feel better. TJ saying it's first 3 plus a half is minus 122 at Heritage. We have interesting here. So, JPZ saying this isn't, he would not fade the Dodgers today.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Friedrich says this isn't the spot to fade the Dodgers.
Right. We're not really, we're just fading them for, we'd take them, half an inning fade if we could. We're taking them as maybe just the first inning, maybe White Sox first inning plus a half.
And then, this is interesting. And then we have from Nut Flush Allen, and I'll just copy and paste this and have it set up for the final game of our breakdowns. So Jose, what's your plan here? Anything?
No plans. Staying off.
All right. Let's get this lined up here for the Giants Cubs breakdown. Okay. Well, I feel a little better that Heritage is 2 cents worse than 365. I'd like to bet that first 3 plus a half. I kind of like Flexen, but I shouldn't. Okay, I'm gonna put this here as a question mark for 3 plus a half for the White Sox. All right, let's roll on 8:10 p.m. Eastern. I almost moved on this as well, and I wonder if I'm too late to the party. Let's roll. Miami Marlins 27, 51, 11, and 24 on the road. The Kansas City Royals 43 and 37, 26 and 14 at home. We're at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Let's get into the weather here to get started in KC. We have 97 Fahrenheit, feels like 102. 13.4 miles per hour out to center. Dies down to 10.1, but it's double digit weather. Mally Mal says Yoni Trinos is trash, and Christopher Tate is on KC Moneyline. The thing about Trinos is he earned the opportunity to come up to the majors. He pitched well in the minors this year, and I know there's a reason why he didn't break with the big club in the first place, but he looked good, and he looked good in that 4-3 win at home over the Cardinals. 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 homer, 6 Ks, no walks in his first start of the year. Seth Lugo is dynamite. Now, for whatever reason, he's been the best road pitcher in the league this year. At home, he's not quite as dominant. 3-2, 3.12 ERA, 29 strikeouts in 43 and a third, just 9 walks, but opponents hitting 269 against them. But the Royals are not hitting. In June, 216, 657 against righties. The Marlins are 214, 590. Only the Rangers are worse than the Marlins versus righties in June. Marlins bullpen has been really good, 3.64 ERA in June. Royals bullpen's been a little bit better. Let's talk line history here for this spot and see what the plan should be in this Lugo Trinos spot. So again, these are 365 lines, which we haven't been using much of. Oh, maybe they'll give me. Okay, I got Pinnacles lines. Okay, good. They're gonna give me the. Okay, good. So this opened up at minus 200, and that's where I saw it. I saw it at minus 200 at 365, and this line moved towards the Marlins. It's now at minus 185. So we have a 15-cent move towards the Marlins at Pinnacle. On the total, this total was bouncing back and forth from 10 to 9.5, 10 to 9.5, 10 to 9.5, bouncing nonstop. So very, very interesting. Let's take a look at the cash flow for this one. We have 92% of tickets, 94% of the cash on the Kansas City Royals, 59% of tickets, 59% cash on the under here. Rocco Rogers, Bobby Witt, home run at plus 400. Morgan Spooner took that from the beginning of the show. He mentioned that he was on that as well. Says he's on Bobby Baseball to hit a homer, taking off psychological spots. He watched 3 of his teammates go deep and take his home run lead away, wind blowing out, and he got robbed at the wall. So here we go. Take it away, Jose Bouquet, Marlins Royals.
I agree with you here. It'd be Marlins or pass, but I'm passing. And people, have watched Say Hey plays by now. They typically see that I'm dog or pass on 95% of the games, it seems like. I don't know. I just always try to find a way to bet the dog here, and maybe that hurts me. But I don't trust the Marlins bats in this situation. I think Yanni could have a good start, so maybe a first 5 under if you think that as well. But not enough confidence to bet it, unfortunately. So no action.
Pistol Pete Loshak, what do you think of this spot?
I will tell you in a second, but first of all, I do want to add on the Miller hits prop, and it's 5.5 at a lot of places, but Heritage still has 4.5. I got minus 148 and minus 154. I'll take that. Miller over 4.5 hits allowed, and that is minus 154 at Heritage.
You got it.
All right.
Got it.
Yeah, I probably will wind up adding on the first 3 for the White Sox in one way or another as well. It dropped to 152. But all right, we'll take the 154 that I quoted. All right. So the Marlins game and KC. I have a slight lean to Lugo under 5.5 strikeouts, although I didn't bet it, and I don't think I'll give it. It's too juicy right now. Definitely leaning Lugo under 18.5 outs. I like minus 137. I like that one. And my numbers also like Miami team total over a bit. Lugo's great. I've given a bunch of his under earned run props or over strikeout props or whatever in these shows. Lost some of them, won some of them, but definitely don't like the spot for him here relative to some of his other spots. So So I'm probably going to give Lugo under 18.5 outs and maybe Miami team total over, but that's how I'm leaning here.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to stay off of the spot here. Huh. Let's just see what's the movement being on the first 5. I would love to know. I don't know if I can get that at this. They're only giving me full game. Of course, they're only giving me full game at this spot. Annoying. Okay, let's roll on. TJ saying KC 15-4 is a home favorite.
You can give me Lugo under 18.5 outs, minus 135 at Pinnacle. I'll shop around for a better line. If I can't find one, I'll take the 135.
Lugo under 18.5 outs, minus 135.
But I'm shopping around for better.
All right, let's roll on. And the Brewers Stadium has no AC. So it's only 84, feels like 88. Okay. All right. I was wondering if it was going to be really hot there. I guess it's not too hot. By the way, Troy Torrance saying Kansas City 7-0 as a home favorite at minus 160 or bigger. All right, let's roll. Rangers Brew Crew, American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have Andrew Heaney going up against Bryce Wilson. Heaney 2-8, 4.21 ERA, 1.29 WHIP, 71 strikeouts over 72 2/3 with 11 jacks. His last start was good, 3 earned runs in 6 innings and a 5-3 win at home versus the Mets. And we know what the Mets have been doing. They've been looking very good with the sticks. On the road, Heaney's been better than he's been at home. On the road, 3.52 ERA. Now, he's been getting hit a lot. 285 opponent's batting average. He's been very fortunate here to have the low earned run average. Bryce Wilson here, Mally Mal saying Wilson will get touched, and Christopher Tate on Texas money line. Wilson coming off a bad start at the Padres, but he's been excellent this year, and he's been great at home. 2.63 ERA, 230 opponent's batting average. The Rangers are hitting 212, 584 OPS versus righties, and amazingly, the Brewers are hitting as poorly against lefties. They're hitting 223, 590, and both bullpens have been very good. I hear all this thoughts about, Wilson getting touched, but this is a pretty good matchup for both of these pitchers, I would think, the way these teams are hitting. Let's take a look at the money line. This money line opened up minus 125 for the Brewers, now minus 115. We've had a 10-cent move towards the Texas Rangers. This total opened up at 8.5 and climbed up at 365 to 9.5. They're saying that it's right back at 8.5 here. So it went up and then came back. Let me just verify that is the case. No, it's not the case. God, why are all these books doing this? All these sites giving us, God, so annoying. This is at 9. Totals at 9, minus 115 to the over. This is so frustrating when the sites that you're using for market information are not delivering. So angry. That makes me. Let's get into the cash flow. We know we got that live here for the Brewers game. We have 94% of tickets, 95% of cash on the over, 79% of tickets, and 94% cash on the Milwaukee Brewers. And sports, Mikey Money is calling it Gaussman Day. So Red Sox first 5, Red Sox full game, and Durant to get an RBI. It's not the ribeye play today. And he's also looking at Red Sox team total over 4.5. Take it away, Jose Bouquet, Rangers Brew Crew.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a Ranger spot. I'm not on it. But they've been shit against righties all month, and I think that's got to change and progress, as our guy Morgan Spooner would say, progress back to, them being at least somewhat decent. So I think Wilson could be vulnerable here, but I didn't end up moving on it. Andrew Heaney just not someone I trust at the end of the day. The bullpen's horrific. Shout out to Dabby Cat for giving that live over in the hockey game last night, hockey stream. And then I left as he was giving it out. And then maybe 5 minutes later, he cashed it. So shout out to Dabby Cab there. But yeah, no action here. I think that's just a good illustration of that Rangers bullpen.
Very, very interesting. Pistol P. Loshak, your thoughts on Rangers Brewers?
Yeah, I'm not high on Miller, but this is a a classic kind of guy who I expect to get hit, but still one way or another to get a few strikeouts with a low strikeout total. So I did hit over 3.5 strikeouts, minus 115 for Wilson, and I will give that one officially. And also kind of like in running the first, yes, and Heaney to get touched a little bit, over 5.5 hits at plus money, over 2.5 earned runs, although that's a little bit juicy. And that's about it. What I'm liking here. I'll decide what I want to make official, but that's what I'm thinking. I like the very low strikeout line for Wilson, despite the fact that I also think he's vulnerable here to give up runs.
Well, we'll see what Pete moves on. I think I'm going to stay off of that spot. Let's move on to the pig milk play of the day. Pig milk back in business here, 33-21 plus 13.68 units. We're now 54 bets deep for the pig milk play today. It's really been delivering. It's wouldn't you say, Jose, the pig milk play day is on its way to a graphic?
Yes, I don't know what to begin to even search.
Oh, I got it ready. Locked and loaded, so we can talk. But it's on its way. 33-21 plus 13.68 units. Tori Coker says, "What up, guys? Sorry I'm late. Stayed out all night partying. The Panthers win. Tori, you deserve that. You deserve that, man. You got paid in full, and I love it, man. Respect to our guy Tori Coker off the huge casher last night. And not only did he have the futures online, he still bet 2K on the Panthers money line.
Fuck yeah, Tori." By the way, Jimmy, people aren't talking about how I was on the Oilers, was rooting for the Oilers in Game 7 and made the quick switch to the Cats on Game 7. Maybe I'm a good luck charm for hockey teams. Who knows? Who's to say?
Yeah, I won't say it. 9:38 p.m. Eastern, we have the Oakland Athletics at the Los Angeles Angels Stadium in Anaheim, California. So I'm really interested in both your guys' thoughts because I had it queued up. The pig milk play of the day. 77 Fahrenheit, 10.1 miles per hour out to right center, 10.1 to 7.9 miles per hour. Mally Mouse says Angels first 5. He doesn't trust the young pitcher, Mitch Spence. Now, that's another problem because I watched the Spence Lugo start. I was on the first 5 under in that one, and I love what I see from Spence. Spence is, I think, a good pitcher. Wine Time says Angels moneyline minus 120. They had the toughest schedule to start the season up until 10 games ago. They have one of the easiest from here on out. They have Oakland, Detroit, and Oakland again. This is the time to back them. Christopher Tate also on the Angels moneyline, but Regidan on the other side says this is an Oakland spot. Here. TJ says very, very confident in Oakland moneyline here. Wrong team favored. Let's get into the line history because I like this game a lot, and I would like to have action on it. So let's get into the line history. I'm hesitant to use this. Let me go to maybe that was the problem. I was on. Yeah, that was the problem. No, this is working. I actually had Betway as the book, not 365. So I shouldn't get so mad at this site, this secondary site that we're using. So let's use it again here for Oakland, LA, Spence, and Anderson. Move over to Pinnacle, and let's get to the money line. All right, so this opened up with the Angels at minus 127. They're now minus 123. Very slight move to the Oakland A's. From a total perspective, this opened up at 8.5 and then moved to 8. And it moved to 8 right around midnight. Let me just confirm that is the situation here. Oh, that was Pinnacle, not 365. Okay, sorry, I didn't even. Okay, so let's go. We have 82% of tickets, 81% cash on the over, and this total dropped. We have 12% of the tickets and 28% of the cash on the Oakland Athletics. Lee Davis saying Anderson 3-0, 1.61 ERA versus Oakland. Mally Malik at the first 5 under. Deshaun G in the house. What up, Deshaun? He's on Brent Rooker Homer at plus 400. DC Capper on the Angels, while Nate Dogg is on the A's. Morgan Spooner says, from an X's no standpoint, I can't understand anyone backing Oakland versus a lefty. They're destroying lefties in June. Can you give us the weighted runs created so I don't get nervous about my numbers here? I have them ripping the leather off the ball against lefties right now. 286 average, 807 OPS for the A's since June 1st.
Yes, 5th best in the league, 135 weighted runs created plus, and only 102 plate appearances.
Small sample size, but I have them ripping the leather off the ball against lefties. So Mitch Spence, 4-3, 3.86 ERA, 1.21 WHIP. His last start, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. They were both solo shots in that 3-2 loss at home versus Royals. I thought he pitched really well. On the road, he's been fine. 231 opponents batting average, 17 strikeouts, 5 walks, over 24 and 2/3 with a 3.65 ERA. Tyler Anderson, last start was a thing of beauty. 2-0 loss at home versus the Brewers. That's the reason why the Brewers' numbers versus lefties are so poor. Tyler Anderson just completely shut them down. Lee Davis says Penny opened this up at 8.5 and moved it to 8 an hour ago. Oh yeah, of course that was now. I was thinking it was midnight. Sorry, I'm reading it's a new site that I'm using. Yeah, good call, Lee. So this has moved to the under, which I liked, and I liked the pig milk play today. I like it. And the A's have an enormous bullpen advantage. They're ripping the leather off the ball against lefties. But Tyler Anderson's been great at home this year. 2.74 ERA, 225 opponents batting average. Jose Bouquet, take it away, A's, Angels.
Yeah, I think I'll join you hypothetically and the people in the chat in the first 5 under here. Was not on my radar, but Tyler Anderson, people are saying in the chat, historically dominates the A's, excuse me. And it's not really a hard task to do, but still a lefty that I think can get to the A's, and a small sample size for that 135 weighted runs created plus. So I think that number will drop. And Mitch Spence, yeah, I'm trusting your outlook here when he's saying he's a good pitcher. And it's not like the Angels are very good against righties anyway. So first 5 under for me is going to be on my card. I just have to look at what the price is. And it is a first 5 under, 4.5, juiced -125, but we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just -120 when I was going to move on it anyway. So it's just moved 5 cents. So Jose moving on that first 5 under, 4.5. Peter, should the warmer weather in LA, it's much warmer than it's been, with the wind blowing out the center, should that concern us on the under?
I don't know. I mean, usually it's pretty standard weather. I guess it's okay. So it's like mid 70s, you're saying, as opposed to like low 70s in LA.
Yeah, no, it's high 70s at night, which is never happens in LA.
Okay.
Or rarely happens at night.
I mean, in general, I would consider LA to be a vaguely hitter-friendly park in general, as well as having very consistent standard weather. So, yeah, I mean, well, I'll tell you what I think about this game. First, let me tell you what I'm going to do with the Texas Milwaukee game for my official plays, Jim. All right.
Okay.
The Wilson strikeout prop has gotten bet down. I don't know why. I don't like it, but whatever. I'll take over 3.5 strikeouts plus 108 at Bet Online. And also that game run in the first, yes, -106 at Pinnacle. Got it?
Was that plus 108 on Wilson?
Plus 108. Plus 108 for the strikeout one, -106 for the run in the first.
Your fee at -106.
Okay. Yeah, the Angels game, I was definitely leaning Angels at -120. Mitch Spence is decent. I think he's serviceable, but nothing special. And Tyler Anderson, it will come back down to earth at a certain point. Not sure if it's for this start though. My number's actually kind of like Anderson, under 5.5 strikeouts. Lean Spence over 5.5 hits, but I didn't bet this game. Definitely leaning Angels though.
And does the market not lead you to have interest in the A's?
12% maybe. I don't know. I didn't bet it. I'm probably going to just pass on it. I didn't even bet any of the props. So, but yeah, in general, Spence is decent, not great. At 140, I wouldn't take the Angels, but at 120, I would.
And we have the ribeye play of the day. Rockin' Rowdy Tellez is the ribeye play of the day from our very own Mikey Money. That's
very
nice.
Well, that's nice. Me like it.
Yeah.
Me like it.
Me like it long time.
Jose Bouquet's like, how is this my life? How is this my life? I didn't think I was going to be president, but how is this my life?
You know,
That's where you're wrong, Pete. I thought I would be ruling Venezuela by now.
I'm getting off of the first 5 under. I like it, but I think I've got enough action on this card, and if I'm hesitant, I don't want to pull the trigger. And I'm hesitant because of the warmth. It's hot and it's blowing out, and there's times where. Yeah.
Sorry, actually, Wine Time Sports is literally 80 degrees tonight at Angel Stadium. Okay, I was seeing more of a mid-70s, which is still a little hotter than normal. But yeah, no, I definitely, when the weather starts to get hot over there, then I'm starting to look at at overs very seriously.
Yeah, like and Morgan Spooner talking about, these pedestrian numbers versus lefties, except for them, destroying Trevor Rogers over 2 innings. So that all can be legit.
But TJ with a do yourselves a favor comment. Do yourselves a favor and bet Oakland. Wow.
I don't like the other, people on the Angels right now. That makes me a little nervous, but I agree with them though. I mean, Jose, isn't this market screaming at you to bet the A's?
Yeah, it kind of is, admittedly, but I've had some PTSD with the A's. I think you said this opened up for you minus 124. You're saying, and I'm getting minus 119.
Okay.
Now I bet online, so it just hasn't moved enough for me, but it's definitely appealing to bet the A's, yes. And I'm going to hope that Mitch Spence continues to play well or pitch well, and I will first 5 under it.
Wow, that's a low as hell total. It was 8.5. Now it's down to 8.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on here?
These fuckers are going to pitch well, Pete.
4.5
minus 125. I'll drink the juice.
Yeah, thank you for that, Jose. Yes, I mean, you have to take full game if you're taking the A's. They have a huge bullpen advantage. I know that we've questioned the A's bullpen, but there's no questioning how trash the Angels bullpen is.
That if you have a lead going into the 9th inning, you're feeling as good as you can with any team.
All right. Okay. Troy Torrance says the Angels have not won a game this season when the market moves their way and the total is less than 8.5.
That's hilarious.
Okay, I'm interested in the A's. Let's roll on. Deshaun G giving us a UFC 3-leg parlay as well here. So we've got it here. Machado, Gary, Talbot, and Lopez 3-leg parlay here. So we will keep an eye on that. Thank you, Deshaun, my guy. All right, let's move on. 9:40 p.m. Eastern. Now, this is another one. So these were back-to-back. This was another one where obviously you guys know be well, TJ, my man. See you tomorrow here on camera. You guys know my affinity for Brandon Pfaadt. I think he's a very good pitcher. And I respect Joe Ryan as a pitcher. I think these are both really, strong pitchers. And we know that the roof is closed, but the problem is both these teams are destroying righties right now. And I just couldn't take the under because of what they're doing to righties. Since June 1st, Minnesota hitting 275 with an 808 OPS versus righties. Diamondbacks hitting 277, 799 OPS versus righties. Now, it didn't stop Wine Time Sports, and I respect it because I love these two pitchers. Joe Ryan, 5-5, 3.13 ERA, 0.96 whip. His last start, 3-2 extra inning loss at home versus the Rays. He only allowed 1 run. It was a solo shot. He was excellent. And he's been much better on the road than he's been at Target Field. On the road, 214 opponents, batting average, 2.49 ERA, 45 Ks, and just 9 walks. Brandon Pfaadt has been excellent at home this year, and he's coming on. We've seen that. He's pitching very well right now, which makes me want to back him. The Diamondbacks bullpen's been very bad since June 1st. Twins bullpen struggled as well. Wine Time says his numbers capped this at 6.8. Robert Franklin looking at Arizona first 5. And Troy Torrance says Diamondbacks are 0-4, losing by 6.75 runs on average when at home and a total of 8 or less. Wow. That is absolutely wild. Let's get into the line history here for this spot. And we'll use the Pinnacle line moves. Here we go. Sorry, taking a second. Here we go. We have Ryan and Pfaadt. On the money line, this opened up at Pinnacle at plus 106. And right now, Arizona's plus 116. On the other way of looking at it, there's been an 11-cent move towards the Minnesota Twins. 11-cent move. This total has dropped all the way down to 7.5. Opened up at 8.5. A huge move towards the under. And I guess that was a mistake for not moving on it. Shout out to Rye Cape in the house. So let's get into the cash flow for this spot. You have 74% of the tickets, 65% of the cash on the Twins. Lines moved in their direction. 99% of tickets, 99% of the cash on the over, and this has dropped a full run. Wow, I can see why that is extremely appealing to you, Wine Time. Take it away, Jose Bouquet, Chase Field, Phoenix, Arizona. Diamondbacks at home to the Twinkies.
Yeah, it's my least favorite angle to bet. I fucking hate it. It goes against all of my market capping instincts, but I'm going to take the over in this game. 7.5 minus 110. Again, I don't love it. I'm 2-0 betting these spots now, I believe. Mikey Money has the full sample size and record for the year, but it just seems to be that when it gets down to this full run, we go over. So I'll take the over. The last game like this was Garrett Cole's first start, I believe. And that game flew over. It was like 9-5, so or 5-9, I should say. But yeah, I took the over in this game. It's going to be a disgusting bet for me. I hate making it, but it's a successful trend for me so far.
What is the juice on the over 7.5?
Minus 110.
Pistol Pete, Jose's moved on the over 7.5 and Twinkies Diamondbacks. What's your plan?
Well, I took over 5.5 strikeouts. I got plus money. We'll see what it is right now. Could lose, but again, if it's and again, yeah, it is a situation where he might get touched, give up a bunch of runs, and still get to 6 strikeouts. That, of course, happens all the time in MLB, and I think it's a good spot for to bet on at least a nice strikeout start from Fott. So I will make that official. Let's see. Oh, shit, that's not good. Plus 122 at Pinnacle, so I'll get at least that good of a line. Maybe I'll get better somewhere else. All right, bet it. Line moved against me. At this point in my betting life, it seems like it's better when the line moves against me than when it moves in my favor. But yes, Fought to have at least a bounce back start as far as strikeouts are concerned. I like, and I also like Ryan to probably have a decent start, but I also bet over 4.5 hits for him. Bit juicy, but that's okay. So I think I'm going to take both of those.
Pete,
Okay,
so you're saying you don't believe in the CLV anymore, huh?
I believe in it. It's like, it's like people who believe in prayer and then they prayer and their life gets way worse. It's like, well, I still believe in it, but so far it hasn't really panned out the way they said it would. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So good. That's so good.
But do I still believe in it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I do. Yes, I do. Jose Bouquet.
Okay, I just wanted to check in.
Jose Bouquet. Do you hear what I said to start the show? I bet.
Oh yeah,
Brazil first half minus a half. I got minus 180 by half an hour before the game went off. Pinnacle didn't even have minus a half. They had minus 3/4 of a goal at minus 219. And when I saw that, I was like, this is dead in the water. It's an automatic. I know it's gonna lose. I don't even need to watch the game.
Yeah, no, I will admit your tales of your CLV never cashing has definitely made me negative towards it.
And not even that. You remember when you called me unexpectedly? I was like, yeah, I got a volleyball game that I beat the closer by like 80 points. That one lost.
CLV doesn't matter.
No, I still believe. That would be a great song right there, Jimmy the Bag. A gospel song called I Still Believe, about how I still believe in CLV despite all my fucking bets losing that I keep.
I still believe in CLV.
I still believe in CLV. Yes. Let's write the song.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We need to go to like a black church choir and have them help us out here.
We're going to write. Yeah, we get everything.
Okay.
We're going to write a gospel song called I Still Believe in CLV. And it's all going to be about all my fucking CLV bets lost.
All right, I've got it. So Grounding Out Softly. I don't know where that one came from the Fugees. From the Fugees. Yeah. Rider -4.
But that's what we got to do. I still believe in CLV. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's right there. We got Lean on Me. I don't remember how you handled that one.
I remember that one.
We have House of the Rising Sun.
Oh, yeah. I got that one.
And then Redemption Song.
Yes. We got them
Stand
all.
by, Stand By
Go
Me. We have Stand By Me
Okay.
and Hard to Handle. Which one's that?
I don't remember, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. We'll just go into the
We're
studio
getting a
and do it
full
on the
track
spot.
list going
You
finally.
know what
Yes,
I mean?
we are.
Yeah. We'll
Yes,
do it
we
on
are.
the spot. One take.
I'd like
Just
to
like
see
all the
like
greats
Pete
used to
on the
do.
cover with like 2 bet slips and like a white beater cut off, and he's just sitting there like this with just 2 bet slips
Yes.
like this.
Yes. Oh shit, a CLV diss track, and that'll be the follow-up. There you go. There you go. Justin McElvey. Hell yeah. We'll get everybody in on it. JPZ, everyone to do a CLV diss track. Oh yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, let's roll on here. So we have a new pitcher in the Giants game.
Well, I'm glad because I didn't have a pitcher to begin with.
I thought it was going to be Carson Wissenhunt making his MLB debut.
I bet you it's still him, but like as a primary for a bullpen day. But we'll see. Because you said
Let's
Ryan,
see.
I think I saw Ryan Walker, and he's like a reliever primary guy or bullpen day kind of guy. So
Okay, but we'll talk about that spot here in a second. We have one game before that pops off. By the way, our guy Kong has the biggest bet of his career. The biggest bet of his career in UFC. Alex Pereira and Diego Lopez parlay for our guy Kong.
Okay, I'll tell him.
Nutflush Allen says, also just for your information, in Hicks' next start, I suggest you really look at all unders. They're watching his blood sugar level tied with too many innings pitched. Last start, each inning, they checked his blood level.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah, I think he's diabetic, I believe, obviously. But that's very interesting.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste that as well here. Okay. Let's roll. Next up for us is the Nationals Padres. Mackenzie Gore versus Adam Mazer. Mackenzie Gore has been excellent on the road this year. 2-2, 2.28 ERA. Opponents hitting 226 off of him, and 40 strikeouts in 27 2/3. 40 strikeouts and just 7 walks. Coming off a 5-2 loss at home versus the Diamondbacks. That's when he went up against Fott. He didn't look very good in that one. And it's Kyle Hendricks Day for Billy Friedrich. Says fade that clown. I'm interested in backing him, honestly, but maybe I am the clown. Adam Mazer here in his last start looked okay. 7-6 win at home over the Brewers. We know how the Brewers hit, and he went 4 2/3, allowing 3 earned runs. It wasn't horrific. Nats versus righties, 264, 729 OPS since June 1st, while the Padres versus lefties, 234, 689 OPS. And this Padres bullpen has looked bad in June, almost a 5 ERA, in the Nats 1 run better. Let's get into the line history. Gerald Jones calling this the Gore revenge start. That is a good point. Let's take a look at the weather to get us started here in this one. 71 Fahrenheit, warmer than usual, 7.9 miles per hour out to right field. It's sort of just left to right, but slightly out to right field. Let's take a look at the line history for this spot from a line history standpoint. Gore, Mazer. We are going to be using Pinnacle's line moves. Pinnacle opened up this money line with the Padres minus 131 at 6:20 p.m. yesterday. By 8:45 this morning, this was minus 104. By 11, they were plus 105.
Yeah, I'm getting Nationals minus 120 now.
Yeah, it's plus 107, Padres minus 116 Nats. This is a monstrous move. 37-cent move from dog to clear favorite. Good God, that is just a monstrous move. Wow. DC Capricorn Washington plus 115. You destroyed the market move here. Let's take a look at the cash flow for this spot. We have 99% of tickets, 99% of cash on the over. Wow. Let's go to the total. This total opened up at 7.5 and is now at 8.5. Wow. So we've gone up a full run here. Let me just confirm that is the case. No, it's not. It's not the case at 365. It's still at 7.5. God, these sites are driving me bonkers. Let me just move over and see what they're saying about Bet 365. Bet 365 is at 7.5 where it stayed with no movement. 10 cents of movement to the over. Okay. I'm going to see if that is true. Let's go over to Pinnacle and see if they actually have moved it up like that, or this is just nonsense. This is over at Pinnacle. Is it 8? 8 minus 114 to the under. Interesting. Okay. And then when we get to the cash flow, as I said, 99% of tickets, 99% cash on the over, and 29% of tickets, 43% of cash on the Washington Nationals in this huge move to the Nationals. Are we too late to the party, Jose, or are you still ready to rock?
You know, it's funny. I'm going to bet the Nationals, but we just had this whole conversation about CLV and fading these big line movements. So, like, we just had a conversation. So maybe the Padres are the play here, but I do like the Nationals. I do like Mackenzie Gore. Their bullpen, and Jimmy, hand up. I think we kind of hexed Kyle Finnegan. We fucked him. We fucked him. He blew that save last time out after we gave him the full suck and blow, telling him how good he was. Blows that. I was like, God damn, that's just hilarious to see. And he didn't pitch yesterday. Don't know if he'll be available today, but I still trust this Nationals bullpen. Generally, it's not the best, but I'll take him full game minus 119 for me.
Makes sense. I mean, the line's not what you're hoping for, but what a monster move. What are you doing with this one, Pete?
Hold on 1 second. This one was no brainer. I don't have to look at my notes or anything. Nats first 5 was an auto. I mean, I you don't even know what the line is, but and if it loses, that's okay. Oh. What happened?
Guess what first 5 is for the Nationals right now on Bet Online?
Jesus, well, I just saw it is at 365. My goodness,
minus 150 at Bet Online.
Yep, wow. There you go. Well, I'm gonna give whatever the line is, best line is right now. Let's see what Pinnacle has here. Come on, baby, give me something good. Let's see. Where are we? Handicap. Cap first half.
That's crazy.
137. Minus 137. I'll take that. Nats first 5. Minus 137 Pinnacle. I'll shop around to see if I can get something better somewhere else. I might double up and take a first 3 as well. But that was a no-brainer play for me as soon as it came out. Just an auto play. Yeah, wow, 145 at Caesars. Minus 125 on the first 3. I can do that. Is that cheap? Doubling up first 3 and first 5?
No, not at all.
All right, I'll take that as well. First 3 minus 125 Caesars. Nats.
God, these Caesars first 3 lines are spectacular. That's just I'm afraid it's minus 150 here at 365.
I'm now worried about my first 5 bet after seeing that movement. By the way, Netherlands just tied it up. Thank you very much. Start of the second half. Here we go. We love that. But yeah, and I'm a little worried. If I'm going to be honest. We talked about these differences in first 5 of full game and how the big difference in first 5 means something. So I think I'm going to move, instead of going full game, I'm going to go first 5 minus a half, which I don't love taking, minus 110. So
you are locked in.
That is a worrisome one.
Lee Davis says, I think Padres still win this game.
Yeah, and that's kind of what that line is telling me, Lee Davis, honestly. We kind of saw the same thing in the White Sox game last night. It moved down a bunch, but that White Sox first 5 number was ridiculous, and then the full game was way different. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll stick to first 5 with you here.
Wow. Okay, I've got to spend more time on this and decide if it's too expensive and look at Pinnacle and 365 or get my Bet Online account going again. I've got decisions to make here. Let's roll on. Next up for us is our final MLB game. We will talk about the Commissioner's Cup Championship right after this. And Benjamin Mills says Dog the favorite have won at least the last 4 games that he's been tracking. So Nutflush Allen gave us an inside tip here. He's talked about friction in the clubhouse for the San Francisco Giants. And he says San Francisco is in extremely bad shape in the pitching category. They're going to use any arm possible and expect them to go as long as possible. He says even beef with Snell not wanting to come back. JP said yesterday I leaned Cubs, but my cat pushed me on the other side. I leaned Cubs today, not enough to bet it, but I definitely would not bet the Giants. So let's roll here. Cubbies, Giants at Oracle Park in San Francisco, California. We'll start with the weather in Frisco. 56 Fahrenheit, 9.4 miles per hour out to center. Stays between 9.4 and 10.4. Let's get into the line history here for this one. So let's get this back over here. Kind of hope my regular site's ready to rock tomorrow. Here we go for the Giants spot. I'm gonna go back to 365. I feel like that's the only one that is, dropping line movements that I can trust. The Giants opened up at plus 100. They're now minus 120. A 20 cents of movement towards the Giants. I am astonished that is the case. This total opened up at 8 at a pick'em. There's been a 5-cent move to the over. Just a 5-cent move to the over. And Morgan Spooner says Troy has the Cubs being one of the best first 7-inning teams in baseball. Penn even worse without Leiter right now. The Cubs bullpen has been quite a bit better than the Giants bullpen in June, whether that means something or not. So here we go. Kyle Hendricks going up against Ryan Walker. Jose, give us the Walker breakdown because I didn't have it prepared. I thought that it was going to be Carson Wisenhunt making his MLB debut. I was set up for that.
And by the way, I still don't have like any for example, whatchamacallit, RotoWire still has Ken Wisenhunt or whatever the fuck the guy's name is. And Bet Online is showing Ken Wisenhunt as well. So I don't know. I still think it's going to be him with Ryan Walker pitching an inning or two in front of him. But Bet Online has what's his name available, Wisenhunt.
38% of tickets and 68% of cash on the Giants. Line moving 20 cents in their direction. 96 and 96 on the over. I guess I'm going to have to stay off because I liked Hendricks' last start. It was against these Giants. Maybe Hendricks is a type of pitcher that you really want to see twice in a short span. He went 5 2/3, allowed 1 run, 8 Ks and 1 walk, trying to get his spot back in rotation. He's been terrible all year. On the road this year, Hendricks has thrown 23 innings. He's allowed 23 earned runs, 28 hits, 13 Ks, 10 walks, opponents hitting 304 against him.
And I was gonna say you can wipe all those stats off and just look at his last start and I think his last 2, and he seemingly figured his shit out.
Seemingly, yes. And Nufflush says they do want Wisenhunt to go today.
That's an unfortunate name.
It happens to the best of us. Giants aren't hitting righties. Cubs aren't hitting lefties. Take it away, Jose Bouquet. Are you moving on this?
No, I've lost so much fucking money on the Giants recently that I've just ended up staying off. And I was on Cubs first 5 as well recently. They didn't help me either. So I stay off. I'm not going to fade Kyle Hendricks. I respect him. He put the fear of God into me. I lost a stake to Troy because of him, and I had to pay for a hot dog for his wife as well. So no, thank you.
Morgan Spooner says, so you're saying he's due to have positive regression on the road. Yes, but I'm not going to mess with this market move to the Giants, which was my initial plan, was to back Hendricks today. Let's hear what Pistol has to say. Take it away, Pete.
Well, I didn't even see a line or anything, so I didn't look at this game aside from knowing that Hendricks is going to start. But what's Nutflesh saying? He's saying that he's saying to fade it. I know he said that they're just throwing arms out there and having them going as deep as possible. But he's saying that you should just fade the Giants, or what's the strategy?
Yes, he's saying fade the Giants or take team totals against them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know who was going to start. I didn't have a line, so I really didn't look at this one. Aside from Kyle Hendricks, of course, who's an interesting guy.
And shout out to our guy Vitalis, both teams to score cashes in the 47th minute for our guy, as you call Vitalis in the house. So Pete, stay off at this point.
Yeah, as far as an official play, yes, but as far as a bet, I just want to do whatever Nutflush Allen directs me to do. He's saying just take Cubs team total over. What did he say to do?
He hasn't really told us anything
right
to do.
I mean, I got the Hicks. I got the Hicks stuff. That's later. Yeah.
Okay. So we will wait for more info from our San Francisco Giants whisperer, our guy Nutflush Allen. Let's review all MLB action before we talk the Commissioner's Cup. Correct me if and Nutflush said yes, Jimmy nailed it. So team total over for the Cubs is what he's saying.
Even at Giants Stadium. I mean, even at whatever the fuck it's called, AT&T Park.
Oracle.
Oracle, whatever the fuck it's called.
So the Cubs team total over 3.5. Okay. I mean, that takes the whole Cubs bullpen and Kyle Hendricks seeing the opposition for the second time in 5 days out of it. Okay. All right. I will look into that more. Okay, let's review all action. Let me know if I've missed any of your guys' action. Okay. In Guardians Orioles, Loshak is on the. You know what? Let's start with the cappers in our chat here. Gerald Jones, Cincinnati money line. Morgan Spooner, Bobby Witt, homer. Billy Friedrich, Pig Milk play today is the A's, Angels under 4.5, first 5 under 4.5. Smooth balls play today, Twins money line, Giants money line, and our guy Fap Win gave us Doomben race 5 in Australia, Ella's World at 4-1. And I've got more spots here. Justin McKelvey stacks play today. Adley Rutschman over 1.5 bases at plus 105. Loshak is on the Yurfie in the Guardians Orioles, and Jose is on the Guardians. Then Jose is on the Phillies minus 123, and I am interested. I haven't moved on it yet. I'm interested. Loshak is on the first 3 under 2.5 with Suarez and Tariq Skubal. The Rays I find extremely appealing. The best bet for BJ is the New York Yankees money line. Pistol Pete Loshak is on Keller under 5.5 Ks at plus 110. Ron Crawford's spreadsheet play of the day is the Pittsburgh Pirates at plus 113. Then, and I took the first 5 over 4 in that one. First 5 over 4. I would be very pleased if this has moved in my direction, and it has not. Still available right now. First 5 over 4 minus 130. I feel funny about that one. I'm kind of nervous. If it doesn't feel, I feel okay. But Loshak is on Gaussman over 5.5 Ks, and Mikey Money is calling this Gaussman day, fading the Jays in every conceivable way. And I expect to be on the Jays first 3 and first 5 here, a double up spot. I've backed our guy Gaussman on the road often, and he's been spectacular on the road and terrible at home. And we'll see if that continues. But Mikey bullish on fading that. Jose with me on that. Oh no, you're not. Did you take the Jays first 5?
Yeah, I did.
What was the juice there?
Even money.
Okay, Jose is on the Jays first 5. I don't really want to double up actually on this spot. I think I'd prefer just one spot, but I'll take a look later. Loshak is on Ronaldo Lopez over 4.5 hits allowed at minus 127 in Braves Cardinals, and Loshak is on Hunter Brown to get the win at minus 103 and over 17
I didn't take that. I didn't take that. I just took the 17.5 outs. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's why I would do this. Yeah. Perfect. And then I'm on the first.
Go ahead. Jim.
No. Do you have more on that game?
Well, no. I also have Fott over 5.5 plus 127. Ryan over 4.5 hits minus 164. But we'll go over them later.
Yes, and I'm on the first 5 under 4.5 in Rockies Astros. I did bet that 4.5 minus 115. That was the one bet that I came into the show with. And then Razor is Gambler's First Glance is the under 8 at minus 105. Then I kind of want to back Flexen here. I'm going to need more time. Pete's on Miller over 4.5 hits allowed in the Flexen Miller start. Dodgers, White Sox. Then Loshak is on Seth Lugo under 18.5 outs at minus 135 in Marlins, Royals. And the Royals is a cash cow. Is that correct, Jose?
Sorry, muted myself. No, I thought it was the fuck. I already forgot who it was. I'm sorry. Then it might be. Sorry, I don't know.
Okay. Loshak is on Ryan Wilson, 1-0 France. The boys are saying Loshak's on Wilson. Bryce Wilson over 3.5 Ks at plus 108, and the Yurfie in Rangers Brewers. And the ribeye play today is Rockin' Rowdy Tellez at plus 190. I'm going to be on the A's. I'm going to be on the Oakland A's here. And Jose's on the over 7.5 in Twins Diamondbacks. Peter's on Fought over 5.5 Ks at plus 122. And Joe Ryan over 4.5 hits. What was the juice on the Joe Ryan? I don't have it.
Minus 164. Bet online.
Jesus Christ.
Then we have Jose on the first 5 minus a half for the Nats. Loshak on the Nats first 3 at minus 125 and first 5 at minus 137. You doubled up there, Pete?
Yep.
Okay. Jose.
Yep.
That's I'm gonna gotta get involved with you guys there. And then I'm interested in the Cubs team total over, and that, my friends, is our MLB breakdown for Tuesday.
And Jim, I'll also add on White Sox, and if it ties, I'll just take a push. I'll take White Sox first 3 plus 180 current line. Caesars, adding that one on White Sox.
That's just such a spectacular line. I've got to get that book because
2-1 Austria.
Oh wow. White Sox first 3. I just got to see here and compare it. So it's plus 180 at Caesars, and here at 365, it's plus 155.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's 25 cents better at Caesars.
Yep.
All right, so let's get this in. So Loshak's on Miller over 4.5 hits, and he's on White Sox first 3 at plus 180. Wow. Okay, that is our MLB breakdown for today. Let's move on to WNBA, fellas. We have the WNBA Commissioner's Cup Championship. Want to hear from you guys in the chat. Really want to hear from you guys in the chat. We're at UBS Arena in Elmont, New York. Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty being the best 2 teams in the league this year. Lynx are 13-3, playing incredible defense, 4-2 on the road. And the Liberty 15-3, 8-1 at home, jacking up threes like crazy. Let's get into the line history here for this spot and see what we are dealing with. Let me get over here and get the cash flow up as well. So, line history here. We get the odds up for WNBA, and we're going to be using Bet365 again. I hope tomorrow my main site is back in business, but it's not here. I do have the Pinnacle moves. Do I? Are they not even going to let me see this? You know what, Jose? Why don't you go over the market moves for us in this one? This site is not giving me WNBA market moves. I will tell you the cash flow though. We have 78% of the tickets on the Minnesota Lynx. 78% of the tickets. We don't know the cash flow, but the tickets on the Lynx. And then we have 86% of tickets and 97% of cash on the under. Ron Crawford got the WNBA play of the day. He got the Liberty at -5 last night. And Justin McKelvey bet the Lynx at plus 180 here. Dapper Capper also on the Liberty. So Jose will give us these line movements. Let me get that copied and pasted here. And let's touch on the spot. So there's a lot on the line in this basketball game. Each player on the winning roster gets $20,000. So that's, 10% at least of their salary to win this game. These 2 teams met early in the year, and the Lynx destroyed New York. They won by 17 as 7-point underdogs. You have to think that the Liberty remember that well. The Lynx are very good at guarding the perimeter. They have number 1 defensive rating in the league. And at New York, Liberty shoot 42.8% of their field goal attempts are from 3, which you have to think helps this Lynx team. But we've already heard all these cappers backing the Liberty. And the Liberty are not good to their backers this year. 7-11 against the spread, while Minnesota is 12-4 against the spread. They've covered 7 of their last 10 games as well. Jose Bouquet and WNBA Commissioner's Cup Championship. Did you move on this?
I didn't, but it seems like I'm going to have a stake bet on my hands with old Justin McKelvey. He likes the Lynx here. I like the Liberty. I'll take the 6 McKelvey, and we can ride there. So according to Action, because of course the site that I was looking at doesn't have it as well either, Jim. This opened up yesterday at around midnight, or at 5.5 minus 109. Got down to 5 at one point, and then got up to 6, 5.5, and then it stayed at 6 here. And I think you just read out that 78% of the bets are on the Lynx here. Only 22% of the bets, and we'll take the Lynx. The line movement going up. I think the Liberty are live to win this game. I think the Liberty are just, the allegory for them in the NBA is just that team that has been to the NBA Finals. They don't really care about the regular season, and I think they're just trying to get back to the games that matters here. And this is a game that matters to win the Cup. I think they'll bring their best foot forward, and I think they stomp the Lynx here today.
What's going on with the total?
The total in this game, it's an excellent question here, Jim. I'll tell you right now, this opened up at, there we go. Sorry, I'm on spread. Total there opened up at 160.5 and is all the way up at minus 165 now. I understand. And I heard Billy say this, I think yesterday it was. He said, obviously a lot of people love betting the WNBA unders, but these are the two of the best basketball teams in the WNBA. So I will say that I think this is an over game as well. I just don't know if I could take a total that's 5 points worse from when it opened,
Von Polo, we apologize, my friend. I'm trying to look back. I'm going to look back at the last two. We love your insights. Do you have a comment in the last 200? Let's want to check right now if you have a comment in the last 200.
It's nice to see you, though, Von Polo.
We love
I hope your Orioles do well today.
Charm
Not
City
well enough.
Von Polo in the house. I do not see in the last 200 comments anything from Von Polo at this point, but I'm going to keep going. Peter Loshak, your plan.
Jose Bouquet, who are you on?
Liberty.
And who's on Minnesota?
Justin McKelvey.
And Mikey Money as well. Mikey Money play today is on the Lynx plus 6.5.
I think the play might be Minnesota team total over 79.5 or 80 or so. I'd be willing to give that official. Why not? First WNBA play. I mean, do we think that, obviously, if it's for that much money, maybe they will clamp on D. Or maybe New York just thinks, we're going to win this game and we don't need to clamp on D. Obviously New York has been a massive over team recently.
Yeah, I'm very interested. So that is confirmed. None of the last 200 comments are from Von Polo, so I don't feel as bad. I'll
post it again and we'll read it now. I
think the under makes sense to me. I don't know why it's gone so crazy to the over. This is an important basketball game. You're saying that it's this heavy move to the over is due to the Liberty cashing overs at a high rate.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that people tend to, just automatically bet unders in the championship big games, obviously because we expect the defense to clamp down. I just think that, and this is Billy also saying this as well. These are two of the better offensive teams in the WNBA, and I think we might have a bias towards betting the unders in the WNBA, but I think these two offensive teams can show out. By the way, Jimmy, 86% of the bets, 97% of the money on the under, and this is gone all the way up still.
Okay, I think I maybe.
Okay, we're gonna take Minnesota team total over. Caesars right now has 79.5 minus 115. I'll shop around to see if I can get better, but I'll take that if that's the best I can get. Pinnacle has 80.5 minus 104. Probably take that. But,
yeah, if I had to make one bet in this game, and I've already got a stake bet with Justin McKelvey, so shout to you, Justin. But I'd bet the over in this game. It's just scary to bet a total that's, again, 5 points worse from when it opened,
G. Martinez on the Lynx, Von Polo on the Liberty. He also bet the over yesterday. Ramon says this game is being played at UBS Arena, not the usual home court of the Liberty, although they will have a home crowd edge. Barclays is preparing for the NBA draft, Thursday's NBA draft. That's, yes, UBS Arena in Elmont. Good point. Tori Coker said Lynx only give up 84 in a regular season game. The other time was a double overtime spot. So he's on Liberty team total under. What? So you got over 79.5?
Yeah, minus 110 is the heritage line right now. So I'll take that. Minnesota team total over 79.5 minus 110. I'll make that an official play here.
I was hoping that I would move on something, but Billy Fraser says, why not bet the Liberty first half team total under? Then it takes overtime out of it. I'm going to let this go. I was hoping that, I could find something, but I'm not going to. All right. Okay. Let's roll. Ron Crawford saying it's a Belmont, New York. I believe it is. The town is Elmont. Can you confirm that? Yes, Elmont in Long Island, right, Pete?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Pete has no idea what we're talking about right now.
All right.
Sure.
Well, that is our show for today. We have a stake bet for Jose in the Commissioner's Cup Championship. Ron Crawford got in on WNBA Liberty -5. Loshak has the team total over for the Lynx over 79.5. Jason Work on the Lynx +6. Ron Crawford giving us the final score 86-77. And that, my friends, is our show for today. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Truly, thank you for joining us here at Pub Sports Radio. We'll be hitting this hard all week long, so let's get this week off to a great start. Let's review. We've done the review, so let's just give a shout out to all of you guys. Justin McKelvey, stay hot with your stacks play today, my guy. Billy Friedrich, DC Capper, Ron Crawford, Andrew G, Tori Coker. A great group. Ramon Scott in the house. Von Polo. Billy Friedrich with the pig milk play of the day. Jerry Davis. I'm that Heat. Kelly McInnes. G Martinez. Ronnie Ambergia. Mikey Money. Lit Picks. Tori Coker. Thank you all for everything you do for us. Benjamin Mills. The chat was excellent today. They're really giving us great information. Nutflush Allen in the house. DC Capper. Worth it. Says, any thoughts on World Series odds? Cleveland Guardians at plus 2,200 seem a bit spicy. I thought of it too, backing the Guardians, just knowing that you're, if you needed to hedge or anything you wanted, that you would get that opportunity likely. So I thought about it, worth it. The Guardians at that price, I've thought about it. I've only moved on 2 futures in MLB all year, the Jays team total under, and knowing that I was going to cash that, I put all of the profit on the Astros to win the division at plus 375. So Zoe Faye, thank you. Morgan Spooner, Christopher Carter, Lee Davis, T. Gray, all you guys, thank you so much for all that you do. Jose, any last words before Pistol Pete Loshak puts a bow on this?
No, just supported the Pub Sports Radio any way you can. Memberships, merch, do whatever you can. We appreciate you guys as always for supporting us, whether it be just hitting the like, being a member, buying a shirt, joining our contest, whatever you can do to support. We appreciate you guys.
Respect. Pistol Pete Loshak, could you send us into the future?
Sure. First of all, VP's 100 says, I didn't get any of my comments read on the show today. Good job, guys. Yeah, it's hard to read all these friggin' comments because so many great comments, and we got to try to keep a brisk pace, but we love all the comments. I read, a million comments that no one ever mentions. But I think my final thoughts are that Tori Coker likes the Liberty team total under. That's probably a good bet. I don't like that Ron Crawford has put a final score of 86-77 for Liberty on that one. But Kelly McInnes likes the Lynx. I'm starting to think that maybe the under, Lynx +6, and Liberty team total under 85.5 might all be very good bets in that game tonight. Justin McElvey talking about how the Lynx have one of the better defenses in the league, and Tori Coker echoing that. This one's for you. Shout out to everyone in the comments section who makes this show what it is. So invaluable. We know now what to do with Jordan Hicks's next start for San Francisco. Thanks to Nutflush Allen telling us what to do. Shout out to Ron Crawford. Everyone in the comments section, thank you so much, and we'll see y'all again next Tuesday.